Okay, let's wait to the timer. And it should say time.
It's on.
Okay, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Happy New Year for 2020. And today we've got a very special stream for you guys today. We're doing our best of 2019, and I'm joined by some great pals of mine. We got Brian Goes Blue.
Hello.
We got our boy Hoax, Mysterious Hoax, with his
Hello.
camera off. We got Corey from Negor.
Hi.
There he is. We got John from John Steel or Steel Mania.
Hi.
And we got CP from Willis Greedia.
Yo.
So, yeah, what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go from 20 down to 1. So we're going to go in a circle, starting with our number 20, and then go from there. I'm actually going to read our boy Tim, Crappy Video Store, because he couldn't join us today. So I'm going to be last, and I'll do Tim's before mine. So we'll start with Brian. Then we'll go with Hoax, Corey, John, and then CP, and then obviously me, Tim, and then myself. So, and guys in the chat who want to play along, do so, and I'll read the comments as they come along. So yeah, really looking forward to doing this. It's been quite hard to do it actually. 2019 brought a lot of different kinds of movies, a lot of good dramas, indies, comedies, a couple of war films, action. So yeah, looking forward to it, and I'm sure we're going to have different lists. And by the way, by the end of it, we're going to see what's the most popular film, because I got my little notepad next to me, so I'm going to count it up as we go through it. So hopefully you enjoy it, guys, and we'll get started straight away with number 20. Brian, your turn.
All right. Number 20 for me is The Last White Man in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yep. Really like that one a lot. It's about a guy and he's going back to a Victorian home that he grew up in, supposedly, that his grandfather built, and it's just kind of like there. It's not really, it's for sale, but nobody's biting on buying it. So he kind of just goes back into the home and starts living there, and claiming it as his own. And then he finds out later on that it's really not his grandfather that built the home, and that he finds out parts about his past and his family history that he didn't know about. It's a pretty damn solid movie, I thought.
Okay. I actually haven't. Exactly. I actually haven't seen it. Has anyone else here seen that one? No.
I have.
Corey saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
You loved it as well. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna see it. I mean, with our FBOC thing, I think we were gonna pick that one in what? Because when did that come out? Was that June or July? One of the months.
I think it was July here.
July, yeah. So we're gonna pick that one, John, but unfortunately we had too many picks that year. But that did look like a solid drama in the sort of mold of I guess some of the Barry Jenkins movies that came out the last couple of years. So yeah, solid pick.
It was A24, and Danny Glover was in it too.
Nice. So yeah, A24 keep bringing out those great titles.
Skateboarders in it.
Nice, Hope. So yep, that's number 20 for Brian. So I've just marked that one down. So we'll see who else may have that one. Okay, Hopes, your number 20.
My number 20 is a documentary that I actually just watched this morning.
Okay.
Surprisingly, it's called Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
It's a documentary on the Satanic Temple, actually.
Oh wow.
And it's basically they're kind of like exposing hypocrisy with other religions. Like they wanted to put a statue up right next to the Ten Commandments statue, so they actually took down the Ten Commandments statue because they wanted to put up their own. And it got like, I don't know, like politicians were getting like really aggravated and stuff. It was quite interesting, surprisingly. I wasn't expecting anything from it, like new, but they really did a good job, and it's shot well, and it's just something different that you really don't see these kind of documentaries.
Yep. Okay.
On
Yes.
exposing real.
Okay. So a lot of great documentaries have come out this year, because I know I've got one, and I think a few of us have got some other ones. So yeah, it's been a good year for that, and I know
Yeah, I've seen a
expected
couple,
you.
but this is probably the best one.
Great. I expected you to have something different than all of us, so I'll write that down, but I'm sure no one else has got that one. So,
Nope.
okay, so now we move on to Corey's number 20.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, my number 20 is going to
Yep.
go to It Chapter 2.
Okay, It Chapter 2.
I had to give it some kind of love because I grew up watching the original miniseries, and when they announced that they were going to be redoing it, the big question is, were they going to make another bomb? Because the original one, honestly, was not that damn good. So, I mean, just being completely honest, but this one actually was surprisingly damn good. It had a lot of intricacies, have to do with the story involving, how this creature affected these kids, and now they've grown up and they never really got over what happened to them as a child. And I think they captured those elements perfectly in that chapter 2. While the ending could have been a lot better, I think It Chapter 2 held its own as being both a fun and creepy horror film that a lot more people should definitely see, and we'll be talking about it for a while.
Okay, Deaf Central just said if you could rise your volume up a little bit, Corey, he said that would be great. I mean, I can hear you pretty well, but I don't know, some people saying they can't hear you that great. So,
oh shit!
If you can
you
do
guys
that,
hear me?
that'd be cool.
Can you guys hear me
I
now?
can.
Yeah,
I'm
we can hear
good. Yeah, just Deaf Central said in the chat. A lot of people in the chat at the moment. So, what's up, everyone? Viz, Blu-ray Madness, Tim's there, Paul. Yeah, nice to see you, Viz. Been a while, man. Been a while.
Okay.
And then, we've got some other people in there. Okay.
Well, if you guys didn't hear, it's chapter 2.
Yeah, it's chapter 2. So, number 20. Okay, John, you're number 20.
Number 20 for me is one I just watched yesterday. It was the final movie that I watched for this thing. Little Monsters.
Oh, yeah?
With,
Okay.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes.
Australian, like, kind of zombie flick with kids. Like a comedy horror. Josh Gad's in it. I gave it three stars out of 5. It just made my list. It was real fun, man. Like, I was watching it with my wife, and we both enjoyed it. So, yeah, that just made my list yesterday, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Trini keeps telling me to watch it because it's Australian.
I think it's on Shudder.
Pretty good.
Too.
Yeah. So that's Little Monsters for John. Okay. So, CP, you're number 20.
My number 20 is Toy Story 4.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
As much as I like Toy Story 3 and felt like that was a decent way to finish off that trilogy, what once was a trilogy, that 4 deals with different themes and is pretty solid in how it does so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen Toy Story 4 yet, so I've got to get around to it. I've watched the trilogy. I mean, I grew up with the first 2, obviously, but I haven't got around to watching the 4th one yet. But I've heard good things. I know our boy Tim, that was his pick in the F-Book thing, but it looked pretty good. So it was kind of better than the 3rd.
No, it's 3 is better. It's just
the
themes and stuff that they're dealing with in 4 is certainly its own thing. It's
because I thought third was kind of a nice wrap up to the trilogy, so I didn't know if 4 was kind of necessary, but you're saying it's pretty good. So okay, so that's number 20 for CP. Okay, so I'm going to do Tim's here. Number 20 for Tim in the chat was Aladdin. So I haven't seen Aladdin. Was a big fan of the original, obviously. Pretty big Disney fan growing up, but I just never really had the urge to watch it. I know Aladdin was big for you in the F-Box. Speaking of that, that was your big winner. I don't know how many of you guys saw Aladdin. You probably did, right?
I saw it.
What do you think? Just
I
quickly.
liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah. That seems to be consensus. People didn't expect anything from it and was like, oh, well, that was not terrible.
It's like we didn't want to see the Will Smith genie, but once we saw him, he was actually the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the trailer kind of gave it off as, like, especially all the songs and all that, it didn't look kind of, I don't know, Will Smith is a genie as well, so I got put off by it, but Tim obviously enjoyed it because it's in number 20 for him, so great. Okay, so now... Yeah, he's no Robin Williams, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
No, not.
Can't beat that. So rounding out the number 20, my turn, I picked Ready or Not. I just watched this last week.
Yeah.
Different kind of movie, you know. It's a bit of horror in there, a bit of comedy. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Game Night mixed in with You're Next, and I kind of like that. You got
And
the
what's
Australian
wrong?
actress Samara Weaving as the blonde bride, and she enters into this family, and they play these games, and this ends up being like a serial killer type game where they're hunting her down, all the family members. So it's just a lot of fun, cheap kills, like cheesy lines, but fun and entertaining. A movie I could see myself rewatching over and over again. So I had a lot of fun with it. It's just a popcorn type movie, ready or not. So that's my number 20. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on to number 19. Back to you, Brian.
19 for me would be Brightburn.
Okay. Yep.
That's James Gunn produced, or I think he wrote it too.
Mm-hmm.
About the little, like, I think he's a 12-year-old kid. Yeah.
Yeah, Superman.
They find out that he's kind of like Superman, yeah. He's an alien, kind of from another planet, and the parents just kind of raise him. They find the spaceship in the backyard and raise him as their own. And he starts to gain these kind of weird powers and stuff, and uses it towards bad instead of good this time. It's pretty sweet. It's got some cool effects, some good gore.
Yeah, I think that was a surprise hit for a lot of people, right? Like, it didn't have a lot going for it in the trailer, but I think a lot of people were surprised and actually enjoyed it from what I've seen on Letterboxd and from talking to a lot of you guys on the stream. So, yeah, it looked pretty good. I haven't seen it again, but it looks something that I would enjoy because I like darker type movies. So
I just wish it was like about 15 minutes longer or something, like just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say it has potential. Like I feel like it really set up this story that could have been really, really good. I just feel like they didn't go the whole way in some spots.
I agree with that too.
Yeah. Really, really big potential in that. Like, you know, it's a lot of themes of adolescence and, you know, kids going through puberty, except the kid's got Superman powers and he's a little angry.
And cool. And Kill Count TV said his number, because I'll read off a couple of people. So Kill Count TV, number 20 was Brightburn, and Blu-ray Madness's number 20 was Shazam, and his number 19 was the Travis Scott documentary on Netflix.
What?
Okay.
Wow. That's a good documentary.
Big Travis. And Kill Count said his 19 was Banana Splits movie. Never heard of that.
Oh, man.
So that's what he said. So I'll read, as you said, guys, in the chat, I'll read you as we go through this. So Hoax, number 19 for you.
Brightburn.
There we go, another one.
Yep.
So we got
I'm not a big superhero fan, but
2 for Brightburn.
they just did a great job with it. I really enjoyed it. I wish it was longer though, like Brian said.
Yours was 19 too, Brightburn?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So already we've had 4 people mention Brightburn because Blu-ray Madness said it for number 20 and Kill Count 20 as well. So okay, so we've got 4 for Brightburn.
It's just a good metaphor for kind of adolescence growing up. And
Cool.
Yeah.
there's some Argento influence in there with the glass and the eyeball.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really
I
enjoyed
have
it.
to watch it. Okay, so Corey, 19.
All right. You guys can hear me just fine?
Yeah.
First off.
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 19 is a little different. I decided to go with Judy, which is
Oh,
movie that
okay.
came out in
All right.
2019. It's sort of a Judy Garland biopic style movie that takes place sort of towards the end of Judy Garland's life. As everyone probably knows, Judy Garland was like a stage performer and beautiful singer and actor all her life, but had a very, very tragic story. And I think they told the story as good as they possibly could, and it has probably one of Renee Zellweger's better performances. So I just had to give it a nod. I saw it here recently, and I was like, you know, I've always liked Judy Garland, and I was always intrigued with knowing a little bit more about her. And I've seen many documentaries. I think this is a good film. Definitely earned a spot on my list at number 19.
Okay, and I think she's going to get a bit of Oscar buzz for that because I think she was nominated for Golden Globe, and I think she'll probably get nominated for Oscar for Best Actress, but we'll see. Okay,
She
nice.
deserves it, I think.
Yeah, I like Judy. That was pretty good.
It was very good.
Okay, John, you're number 19.
All right, you guys can hear me?
Yep.
All right, so I think this might end up being on a couple of people's list.
That's okay.
So 19 for me is Doctor Sleep.
Okay.
Stephen King. I think his son, he and his son both wrote it. It's Mike Flanagan, the same guy that did Hush, the movie with the deaf lady that gets stalked by the killer in her house. You guys have seen that?
Mhm.
Yeah, same director and shit. But it's basically Ewan McGregor, and he's the older Danny Torrance, and it's basically more or less a continuation story of, The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining. Yeah, and a lot of nods to Kubrick. Elements of the actual King story in this one, because it's more or less his story versus somebody else taking it, like they did with Kubrick and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed it, man. A lot of people kind of were on the fence about it, but I was looking forward. This was one I was looking forward to when it came out because I had known about the book beforehand. So that's 19 for me, man.
Okay, 19 Doctor Sleep. Got that marked. Okay, CP, number 19 for
So
you.
my number 19 is out. So the one that you guys thought you weren't going to talk about tonight, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yep, I'm a Star Wars kid, and I saw it twice, and the second time expecting all the mess, I enjoyed it a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, I mean, I enjoyed it too, but spoiler, it's not in my list, but yeah. Okay. Okay, so Tim, his number 19 was Pet Sematary. So you horror buffs would know more about that than me because I haven't seen it.
And what are you smoking, Tim?
That's his list. I've got it right here on my phone. So 19 Pet Sematary.
Did he only see 20 movies this year?
I think he saw around 25 to 26. So
Yeah, that's a pass. Yeah, I'll give him a pass for that, man.
all right, I'll write it down, but I don't think we're going to have to put this as popular votes. But yeah, we'll see. Right now, Brightburn seems to be doing right. Okay, so number 19 for me is a Netflix movie called Paddleton. Really good film about two friends who are neighbors, and one of the guy finds out that he has a terminal cancer. So it's a really heartwarming film. They go on a bit of a road trip because he has to get his medication to do it. And I did have tears watching it. It was one of those type of movies, quite a tearjerker, especially towards the end, but some funny moments. You got Ray Romano in there, and I'm trying to remember the other guy's name. There you go. Thanks, Brian. So really great chemistry between both characters, and yeah, it's just something you could see yourself. Like if your best friend was going through cancer, you just be there to support them and live all the fun times, like they like watching kung fu movies and eating pizza and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a really chilled out movie, easy to watch, and definitely one of Netflix's better films this year. So that is Paddleton, number 19 for me. Okay. Yeah, got to see that one. Okay, Brian, back to you. Number 18.
18 for me is John Wick 3.
Nice.
Parabellum. It's just more of the same, but it's just he amps it up even further in this one, man. I love whenever he's like on the horse and kicking people with the horse and shit. Like, I don't know, it's just insane. It's over the top as hell, but it's just a fun action movie. And then Halle Berry actually surprised me in it too. Not a big fan of Halle Berry, but I thought she kicked ass in this movie as well. Yeah. Can't wait for chapter 4.
Okay, so Blu-ray Man said his number 18 was Us. So, okay. And Kill Count said Pet Sematary number 18. Wow. So there is 2. Okay. And Viz says, how many movies you all seen total? I saw around 51, I think. But I think some of these guys saw a lot more than me total.
I seen 107.
I don't know how many I saw.
I saw about 80.
I saw 90 on the button.
Damn, you beat me, CP.
Yeah.
Okay, Hoax, 18 for you.
My number 18 is Little Monsters.
Hey, okay, another one. There you go.
I really just had a lot of fun with it, and I think even one of my favorite parts of it was little Darth Vader. But I think Josh Gad was probably one of the funniest performances of the year. You could basically make a drinking game out of every time he falls in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't
Okay.
know if John said a lot about it already.
Yeah, no, it's okay. As I said, when one person said we'll just move quickly, but nice. We've got two little monsters. Good stuff. Okay, Corey, 18 for you.
Yeah, number 18 for me is going to be Lego Movie 2.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I have
forgot
a
that
soft
came out.
spot for Lego Movie. I love the first one, and this one just gave me more of the same. It's just a lot of fun, dude. I'm laughing about it just thinking about it, but there's not a lot to say about Lego Movie 2. I enjoyed it a whole lot,
Just-
and I could easily watch it again. I could watch it right now if I wanted to. But
Okay, that's a good pick. Okay, I saw the first one, didn't see the second, but yeah, you had fun. That's all that matters. Okay, number 18 for you, John.
Number 18 for me is the fucking ending to M. Shyamalan Ding Dong's trilogy, Glass.
Yep. Ah, wow.
You got fucking, you got Bruce Willis back. You got fucking, Sarah Paulson's in it, Samuel Jackson, fucking McAvoy's in it. So, for me, the favorite part of that movie was still McAvoy. I didn't particularly I enjoyed the movie, but I didn't particularly like the way it ended. That makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
It ended too open-ended, if that makes sense. Like they wanted to do something else with it, but just didn't know where to go afterwards, maybe. But
That week.
yeah, the ending was probably the weakest part to the film, but like pretty enjoyable, like up until then. So yeah, and it's whatever for the for the ending of a trilogy that nobody knew was a trilogy to begin with, but
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
nobody really knew. Glass.
Glass, number 18 for you, John. Nice. Yeah, as I said, I think my favorite out of that trilogy would still be Unbreakable, but I think the other two are pretty solid as well. So yeah,
I
that
haven't
was
seen Glass yet.
close on my rating actually. Okay, CP, number 18 for you.
Bye, guys. Bye. My 18 is Uncut Gems.
Hey.
It's good. It's really good. It's one of those movies that I feel like the hype kind of set this bar that I was never going to reach as far as my enjoyment. Adam Sandler's a little much in the beginning. I feel like if you put somebody else in Adam Sandler's role, it's a far better movie. That's just my opinion, though. But otherwise, it's a good time.
Okay, by the Safdie brothers. Yep. Okay. Okay, so we'll go to Tim first. So Tim,
I said it's a good time talking about.
there you go. Good pun. I was going to pick up on that. Yeah, good time. Great. That's the Safdie brothers' previous film before Uncut Gems. Yep. Okay, so Tim's number 18 is a good one. It's a Netflix film called Triple Frontier that came out at the beginning of the year, and I actually have this in my list later on, so I'll probably talk about it a bit later. But yeah, great film. Ben Affleck's in there. Bit of a heist film, which he's done a couple of times. The Town previously, and I'll talk a little bit more about that soon. So good one for Tim there, number 18. Okay, so number 18 for me, it was a documentary. It's also on Netflix. It was the Conversations with a Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes. Thought it was a really good documentary. I think it was over 3 to 4 hours long. It was all separated into different parts, and yeah, I thought it was really fascinating, not knowing that much about Ted Bundy before I watched it. I mean, I've heard stories and looked at interviews and stuff like that, but yeah, just getting actually his voice talking about like what he did and like his sort of in his mind what he was going through. So I thought it was a really well-made documentary, and yeah, very, very solid. So I really enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know how much I'd want to watch it again because some of the content's quite horrific, what he was going through, the dealings with the killings. But yeah, I thought it was great, really well made. So that's my number 18, Conversations with a Killer.
Did that come out around the same time as the Zac Efron thing?
Yeah.
Just came out just before it, John, just right before it. And that was actually I think it was in my top 30. It's not going to be in my list, but yeah, that was good. Zac Efron was really good as Ted Bundy, but I enjoyed this documentary probably a little bit more. But yeah, that was 18 for me. So Okay, now we move on to number 17, Brian.
17 for me would be Ready or Not.
Yep, so you and me on that. Yeah.
Yep. Just a lot of fun, you know.
Mhm.
You said it all, Jace, already, but yeah, I just
Yeah.
like that one a lot. It was a
Good
real
pick.
good cinema experience, too.
Yeah, I could imagine that. Sorry I kind of missed it because I had a lot of fun just watching it at home, and yeah, that would be probably one I'll pick up on Blu-ray and watch again around Halloween.
Yeah, you were a little iffy about seeing it at first, but I think
I know I was.
You like
I enjoyed it, and I especially like Samara Weaving because she's
she's
blonde.
Blonde.
There you go. Okay, Hoax, number 17 for you.
The Art of Self-Defense
Hey, good one.
with Jesse
Yep.
Eisenberg.
Yep.
Yep.
I know Brian loves this one.
Yep.
Yep.
I do.
Yeah, Imogen Poots in it. Oh my god, man. It's just a great fucking crazy movie, and I wasn't expecting the twist in it. Usually I could figure that shit out, but I wasn't even expecting it in that one for some reason.
Jesse Eisenberg was great too.
Especially when he starts listening to death metal.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
It's
a
really
theme to another movie that we might be talking about later. Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty dark.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
fucking
it kind
great.
of had the comedy element, but then it really took a dark twist, which I kind of felt was cool. And I've got it later in my list, so I'll talk about that then.
Yeah, especially the
Brian
way he was
might
treating
as
his
well.
dog and shit later on in the movie.
Yeah, definitely. So that's 17 for Hoax. Okay, Corey, 17 for you.
17 for me is going to be Escape Room.
Okay.
I enjoyed Escape Room. I didn't expect to enjoy Escape Room, but it actually wasn't as corny as I thought it would be. Now, naturally, the acting and the dialogue sometimes could be a little corny, but the shit that was happening on the screen kept me involved the entire film, and it built suspense well. And the ending actually was pretty damn good. I liked the ending. And it also had like an element of psychedelics, which I'll always like.
Okay.
So that's it.
Cool. Okay, John, 17 for you.
17 for me is one that I don't think any of you guys are gonna have on your list.
Okay.
But I feel like they do a few of these movies every year. It's actually an animated movie, the DC animated movie, and I like the DC animated movies a lot better than the Marvel animated. But Batman Hush.
Batman
Oh,
Hush.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Not much to say about it. It's just a DC animated film done real well, man. I feel like a lot of the Batman ones are really good, so I like that one. So.
I remember you had the one last year as well. So each year you've really enjoyed those Batman animated films.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll write that one down. So 17 for John. Okay, back to CP, 17.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
It just won for Best Picture on the Golden
And it
Globe.
just
I mean, let me
just
change
one
my
Best
mind.
Picture. Just one, Tim.
At number
There
17.
you go. And Brad Pitt just won Best Supporting Actor as well.
Yeah. Well, maybe I need to watch it again.
Yeah. Anything else? That's it. Okay.
Considering
We'll
what
talk about it later.
Yeah, I was assuming so.
No, great stuff. And funnily enough, Blu-ray Madness also had it at 17. Just reading his little list here. And Kill Count had John Wick 3 at 17. Okay. And our boy Scolder just posted his list, top 20 in the chat. So I'm going to have to go back just very quickly. So Scolder's number 20 was Six Underground, which was the Netflix movie with Ryan Reynolds. I didn't see it. Michael Bay, but Scolder's list. 19 for Scolder was Stuber, another one that I didn't see. That's with what's his name, David Bautista.
Mm-hmm.
Number 18 for Scolder was Between Two Ferns, the movie. Another one I didn't see. Zach. And then 17 for Scolder, which I'll mark down, was Ready or Not as well. So same as Brian. So we've got a couple with that one.
That's a
Okay. One. Yep. So far we've had three people with that one. Okay. And now Tim's 17 was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which anyone see that one?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Any thoughts quickly?
I thought it was good. I just wish that it was more of an anthology than a story.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It takes too much time building up the characters in the beginning part of it.
Way too much time.
Okay,
But
that came around.
But it's good.
it is good.
Okay, nice. So my number 17 is a movie that came out, I think, around March, April. It is Hotel Mumbai, which was actually based on a true story about a terrorist attack that happened in India, in the Taj Mahal, which is one of the most famous hotels in the world. Yeah, it's just really well made. Quite tense the whole way through. It actually stars Dev Patel, who was in Lion, which was a really good film. Number of Australian actors in it as well, and yeah, it just has that sort of great terrorist sort of tension drama the whole way through. A lot of good action, great acting. I think Armie Hammer's in it as well. Who was in also Call Me by Your Name. So yeah, just fun, entertaining. Can see myself rewatching it, and yeah, I always enjoy kind of true stories, especially when it's something quite horrific or something like that. Just what they kind of do with it. So yeah, that's my number 17, Hotel Mumbai.
You heard that. Chase says he enjoys things that are horrific.
Exactly. I got a dark sense of humor, guys. Okay, so now we move to number 16. Brian,
All
getting
right,
through nicely.
Good Boys for me.
Good boys. Okay.
I could just watch that anytime. Really, just pop it in, man. It's funny as fuck.
Got a feeling I'm going to hear that a couple of times, but Good Boys. Yep.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Nice. Yeah, I'm probably going to watch that one at some point. Okay, Hoax, you're 16.
The Beach Bum.
Yeah.
Really?
You gotta take it. Just have fun with fucking Moondog, man.
Yep.
I know some people didn't really care for it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw it at the right time. I guess I was high enough.
Yep, got to be under the influence. That
But
should be a
you want-
disclaimer before that movie. Yeah.
Martin Lawrence fucking steals the movie though.
Okay.
He's definitely the best.
Watch
part.
out, or Snoop Dogg will steal your chick from you.
Yeah.
Matthew
let Snoop-
McConaughey in there.
Don't let Snoop Dogg near your wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 16 for you, Beach Bum. Okay. What are we up to? Corey, number 16 for you.
Number 16 for me is going to be Brightburn.
Okay, another Brightburn. Okay.
Yeah. Like a little bit more than Escape Room. I've been wondering when they were going to make a film like this. I mean, I feel like, especially in high school, we always would talk about, like, what if we had superpowers and what if superhumans were evil and shit. Well, we finally get, like, a glimpse at that kind of scenario in Brightburn. So I was just very happy to see it. And they did a good job. I hope we get a sequel.
Yep. Okay, so far we got 5 for Brightburn with all of us and people in the chat. So far it's winning the most popular film.
Walk my dogs real quick. I'll be back very soon.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, John, what's your number 15? Sorry, what are we up to? 16.
16 for me, it's already been mentioned in the chat, and that's Stuber. That was
Stuber. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't expect to like it as much as I did in David Bautista and what's this fucking guy's name? Kumail Nanjiani or something?
Yeah, that's it. That's how you say it.
Yeah.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail Nanjiani. Yeah, he's pretty funny, man. I've seen him in a couple other things. I don't know if that director's done anything else, but yeah, it was pretty fun. Pretty much what you'd expect, like almost like a buddy cop type of thing. But yeah, it was the funny shit was like how he was like making a play for his daughter and shit. Like I thought that was pretty funny in the fucking movie and shit. So yeah, I enjoyed it, man. I'd watch it again.
Okay, 16 for John. Okay, number 16, CP.
My 16 is Fighting with My Family.
Nice, great pick.
Stephen Merchant film. It's one of those movies that it's like the inverse of Uncut Gems, where Uncut Gems I heard so much about it and it like just didn't match the potential. Whereas Fighting with My Family, I expected nothing and really had a really good time with it. And it's
Me too.
It's kind of like a Rocky story for women and in wrestling, but it's fun. It really is.
It's really well paced and really engaging as well. It's just one of those movies that just flies by really quickly, and yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it as well. Probably going to get a mention pretty soon.
Okay.
There's no forced feminism in it or anything.
Right.
She's just a powerful young woman, you know what I mean? And like it's her story and shit.
Yeah, it's gritty yet PG-13. Like the language doesn't feel neutered, but at the same time, it's still
Yeah.
still a little edgy at times. So it's a rare movie where I feel like it's perfectly comfortable as a PG-13. It's a good time.
Okay, so I just got 16. Okay, so for Madness, his 16 was Alita Battle Angel, which I didn't see. And Kill Count, his number 16 was Zombie Tidal Wave. So he likes his horror films. Didn't see that one either. And Skolder's number 16 was Uncut Gems, which we've mentioned, and I think it's going to get mentioned again. So, yep, Safdie Brothers, great film, Adam Sandler, and I'm going to bring it up later on. Number 16 for Tim was Togo, which anyone seen that?
No, that's like the Balto thing, I think, on Disney Plus.
Yep, I didn't see that either. So that's Tim's number 16. My number 16 was, surprisingly, Avengers Endgame. Actually enjoyed this one a lot more than Infinity War. I thought it was much more well-paced, and I enjoyed it more visually. I'm not the biggest superhero guy, but I can respect what they're trying to do. I enjoyed all the action sequences and sort of, I guess, the wrapping up of some of the characters. And I thought it was an enjoyable movie. It was quite long, but I didn't find it in the cinema. Like, it, as I said, well-paced and, and visually really stunning. So that's my number 16, Avengers Endgame. Okay, so number 15. Oh, cool. For you, Brian, number 15.
15 for me was 3 from Hell.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Yep. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I had my expectations set low. People were telling me it was dog shit, don't watch it. I just had a good time with it. I don't know. I always love Bill Moseley and Sherry Moon and even the new Richard, whatever his fucking name is. He's not too bad, but I don't know. I like those gritty Rob Zombie movies, I guess.
See, that's why.
We're pretty in sync on this one because that's my number 15 too.
Hey, there you go. So I'll put you down for 2. So we've got 2 in that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was reading all these low expectations. Everyone's saying it was terrible, but after seeing 31, I wasn't expecting much. But I honestly had a blast with it. There's one scene in particular that I was like, what? I don't want to give it away because I don't know who else has seen it, but it's a certain killing in daylight.
Yeah. I don't know either. Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to kill that noise in a second.
See, Brian, what you said, somebody said don't watch it. That's the main reason why I would never tell somebody not to watch a film, because you never know what somebody else's taste is going to be.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If you like grindhouse kind of movies, it's right up your alley.
There we go.
Yeah, you never think don't watch it. Experience it for yourself and find out the hard way, but not don't watch it. That's silly.
Okay, so Corey, you're number 15.
Yeah, my number 15 is also 3 from Hell.
Oh wow,
3. There you go. 3 in a row.
I've been expecting a sequel for many years, and Sid Haig ended up passing away, so I knew the movie was going to be different. And I had my expectations for it. I knew it was going to take a hit, but actually it didn't take too much of a hit as I thought it would. And I love just about everything about that film. I especially love how it wraps up in a different country, and it's got some vicious kills. And you made the point, Hoax, I'm pretty sure you did, about it feeling like grindhouse movies. I love grindhouse movies, and it definitely feels like that. So I had to show it some love.
Yep.
There you go. So 3 in a row for 3 from Hell. There you go. Okay, John, you're number 15.
Well, we're definitely not making it 4 in a row. So, for me, 15 is gonna be It Chapter 2. I think somebody already mentioned.
Yeah, you did get that.
But yeah, it's not as good as the first one. Did it finish it off okay? Yes, it did. People are on the fence about it, of course. The kids were the better part in the second chapter as well, versus the adults just felt like they didn't gel together in some scenes, you know what I mean? And There's a few
Yeah.
people who took more of a lead in the adult roles than others, kind of played the background. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was, Andy Machete is doing his thing, man. So I think he's gonna be doing the upcoming Flash film to the big screen in like 2022. So look
Swag.
forward to that and shit.
All right, John. So that's 15. It Chapter 2.
Mhm.
CP, 15 for you.
My number 15 in the year of forced feminism, Booksmart,
Yeah, oh, wow.
which is
Oh.
Forgot about
all right. But it's certainly after everything else that came out at the end of the year. At the time, I was like, man, they kind of were a little heavy-handed with the girl power stuff. But looking back, I couldn't be more wrong. It's fine. I mean, somebody brought up Good Boys. It's kind of like the female counterpart to that.
female version.
Yeah, it's good to see sex comedies from a female perspective. Chicks think about sex too, especially in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
Oh,
like
yeah?
that too.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, they've done a lot of those type of films recently. Lady Bird, Eighth Grade. I think my favorite of that kind of genre has always been Mean Girls. I don't think anything's hit for me quite like that. Kind of similar in a way. So, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
The one thing that troubles me or bothers me about that movie is to spoil. I guess there's a lesbian character in the movie.
Yeah.
It's a typical sex comedy, and the one thing that gets referenced in those is the male gaze. There's a prominent female in all those movies, and the same thing is the case here. There's the male gaze in female form. A lesbian looks to another female, and it's like, well, why not have a guy as the object of sex appeal? And it just felt like a missed opportunity.
Yep.
To
Nice.
subvert expectations.
Okay, so 15 for Kill Count was Ma, a horror film that came out, I think, early in the year, April, around there, May. 15 for Blu-ray Mammoth was Marriage Story, which is a Netflix film. Number 15 for Scolder was I Am Mother, which was another Netflix film, I believe. That was with, what's her name, Hilary Swank. I think it's a science fiction type of film. I didn't get to see it. So can't really comment on that one. Tim's number 15 was Child's Play. Big horror man. So he's got it in there. You guys, most of you horror buffs in there would know more about that than me because I didn't see it.
A lot of fun, but I didn't know this.
Okay. And then number 15 for me is the same as Blu-ray Madness, Marriage Story. Watched this just after Christmas. Netflix film, as I said, starring Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. Basically about the whole, building a relationship, firstly, meeting each other, and then the breakdown of marriage and divorcing and going through that with child as well. And really great dramatic performance from Adam Driver. I think he's been nominated for an award for this as far as Golden Globes, and I think he'll get an Oscar nomination. I think Scarlett was really good as well. Very similar to, I think Tim's alluded to this before, 2019 Kramer versus Kramer, which he talked about. Obviously a little bit of Blue Valentine there as well about marriage and sort of the breakdown of marriage. So I thought it was really well acted, as I said, great dialogue, and a good film. So that's 15, Marriage Story. Okay, so number 14, Brian.
14 is Jojo Rabbit.
Hey, there you go.
I really like everything Taika Waititi does, from the Hunt to Get with the Wilder People or whatever that movie's called.
Yep. New Zealand.
That's a good one. He just doesn't really do much bad. I like his comedic style. It's almost like a more funny, newer generation of Wes Anderson, that kind of dry humor. But him incorporating himself as Hitler in his own movie is really funny, and just the kid chemistry in there is really good. Scarlett Johansson plays the mother really well. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's really fun.
Okay.
Sam Rockwell is great in it too. I love him.
Great actor. Okay, and Viz is actually joining us in the chat. He's starting with 15, so he's his glass as well. So got two glasses now with John. He picked that one a bit earlier. So back to you, Hoax. 14.
Mine is probably the biggest surprise of the year, the Child's Play remake.
Hey, so you and Tim.
Yep.
Sorry, Hope, that'll do it.
But no, it was pretty gory for a mainstream movie like that, like a franchise movie.
It's rated R.
And especially the Texas Chainsaw 2 scene.
Yeah.
I fucking ate that shit up. I didn't really care about the look of Chucky at first, but it kind of grew on me after you see the movie and you understand how it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
He looking like a stuffed Mac Damon and shit.
yeah, well, it's him not being possessed. That's the other difference to it too.
Yeah. Faulty.
It's actually man-made.
Yeah.
Okay, so Child's Play 14 for you, Hoax. Okay, Corey, 14 for you. Number 14.
Numero 14 is gonna go to Midsommar.
Hey,
Midsommar. Yep.
you knew that was coming.
Yeah, somebody had to say it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna crack my top 10, but Midsommar was definitely a visual journey. It was really nice to look at. I mean, the story wasn't something I would have gone with per se, but I love cult movies, so I naturally fell into liking it a lot. But overall, I've watched it a few times since owning it, and it's a nice watch. It's definitely one of those horror movies that the horror elements kind of creep up on you, and they show you nice, bright, flashy colors throughout and beautiful scenery to. Before you know it, some weird shit's happening. They're knocking you over the head.
Weird cult shit,
Yeah, weird cult shit.
Yeah,
Midsommar.
I just watched it. So
You
yeah,
did?
I watched it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I kind of just said it was okay. I mean, I'm not the biggest horror guy, but yeah, you're right. Visually, it looks really nice. Just thought it was a little bit predictable. Like I kind of saw what was going to happen right from the beginning with the whole Swedish roommate. Yeah, it's predictable, but not the worst. And I actually probably enjoyed it maybe slightly more than Hereditary. I don't know, because I wasn't huge on that one either. So I'm kind of probably the same rating for both of them, or about 3.5. So yeah. Okay, John, you're number 14.
Number 14 for me is one I doubt anybody's gonna have in their list. Actually, Trini recommended this one for me. It's like one of these Netflix movies where I think there's probably gonna be a few of these on my list at least, maybe a couple others. But it's called Rattlesnake, and basically about like a mother and a daughter. They're driving on this long road, and I guess they have to stop and get out, and then the daughter goes into this field, gets bit by a rattlesnake, and then some weird shit starts happening where she's approached by a stranger, and then she's told that in order for her daughter to be saved, she has to kill this person by sundown. And then her daughter would be saved. There's a little bit of like kind of magic element to it, I guess. You know what I mean? Like some horror element, thriller. But yeah, it's I liked it a lot, man. It's the chick Carmen Ejogo. Look her up. She's been in a bunch of different things, man. So
okay, cool. Okay, CP, you're number 14.
My number 14 is Dr. Sleep.
Okay, another one. Yep.
Piggybacking a lot of the stuff that John brought up.
Yeah, you enjoyed it, so sequel.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
That was one of the ones I wanted to watch before this, but didn't get around to it. So I will probably this week because it looked fascinating. Okay, so now I'm going to read off some people. So Kill Count TV's number 14 was Critters Attack. So he loves those horror movies. Blu-ray Madness shares Corey's opinion. Number 14, Midsommar. So Madness and Corey are the same there. The Viz was Dragged Across Concrete, was his number 14. Great movie. Talk that about maybe later. Riddle Stills, number 14, was Fighting With My Family, which we already mentioned. So I'll tick that off again. Okay, so get to Scolders. Scolders number 14 was 1917, which is a war movie that's coming out here actually this week. So I do want to watch that because I think Trini was saying it looks really good at this. Visually, it's a movie you want to see at the cinema. So with the sound and everything else. So Yeah, directed by Sam Mendes, who actually won a Golden Globe tonight for Best Director. So definitely got to watch it now. And yeah, I think it looks kind of in the vein of Dunkirk, which I wasn't big of, but hopefully this one has a bit more character and story to it. We'll see. But that's 1917 for Skolder. Tim's 14 was Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. So Tim's a big Kevin Smith fan. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so I'll put that one in. And my number 14, we're sharing the same as Riddle Still, Fighting My Family. So CP's already mentioned it. Great film, family-friendly film about a female wrestler. Love Nick Frost in there. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Vince Vaughn was really good as well. Yeah, overall, just really great acting, fun, entertaining popcorn film, and not much else to say about it. Fighting My Family, number 14. Okay. So, anything else in there? No, okay. Okay, Brian, back to you. 13.
Number 13 is Peanut Butter Falcon.
Nice.
I'm sure that's on some of the other guys' lists here, but yeah, I don't know if there's a better performance by Shia LaBeouf this year. There might be. I'm not sure, but that kid, the autistic kid, is really good too.
Yeah.
Down syndrome kid. Sorry, getting my diseases messed up.
It's all good, dude. Yeah. Great movie.
Good as the villain too, and Thomas Hayden Church is good. Just overall a real good, feel good movie.
Yeah, one of the great indie films of the year for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, Bruce Dern.
Bruce Dern, great little cameo at the beginning. Yeah,
and
love that.
I didn't even mind Dakota Johnson this time around.
Yeah, gotta love my girl Dakota, man. I like that. I had to bring that up. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Hoax, 13 for you.
Jojo Rabbit.
Hey, you've got another one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We've got 2 for
I don't know what
JoJo
else
at the
to say
moment.
about it, but
Yep,
I
that's
don't know. I
okay.
had a lot of fun. Another one that's just, for something like World War II era, like Nazis, you wouldn't think it'd be funny, but fucking, it was, man.
Yeah, it could easily offend somebody. Like,
Oh yeah, people. I'm sure a lot of normal people will be offended by it, but
yeah.
there's a great story in there, though.
Uh-huh.
Especially
Nice.
you can get emotional towards the end.
Yeah, it's one I got to watch this week as well. That one and Doctor Sleep were ones I tried to get before this, but I just ran out of time. So I will watch Jojo Rabbit because it's actually doing really well in Australia as well. Like a lot of people are going to watch it. So, yep, I look forward to seeing that at some stage. Okay, Corey, number 13 for you.
All right, number 13 for me is going to be Ready or Not.
Yeah, another one. There we go.
Yeah, Ready or Not's a film I'd seen here recently as well.
Yeah.
I thought it was something totally different, and then I went into it, and then it turned into something else, and it actually turned out to be suspenseful and funny, and it looked great. It's an easy watch, you know. And yeah, the ending definitely surprised the shit out of me, and I was very pleased with it. So, I liked it.
Yeah, great picks. Again, quite a popular movie so far, Ready or Not. So we've got a few of people about that one. So number 13. Number 13 for you, John.
John Steele has a heart and watches cartoons. So leading into my next pick, which is Toy Story 4.
Hey, there's the second one.
Somebody will have that in the chat.
CP. Yep, CP's got it. So there's two
further down.
Yeah, you and CP are on the march.
I didn't expect to like this as much as I did.
Yeah.
I never been big into the other ones. I mean, they're way past my time. I probably had kids already by the time the first one came out. I'm pretty sure. So, but you know, you watch it with your kids, and I took time later on to watch the first 3 before watching this one. And they added a new toy and shit, so which was pretty cool. The little fork and shit, sport, whatever you want to call it and stuff. You know, but yeah, it was pretty fun, man, for what it was. But yeah, Toy Story 4, man.
Yeah, a lot of good memories of the first 2 movies because that was basically when I was growing up in the 90s. So yeah, I definitely got to see the 4th one because I got to rewatch the 3rd one as well. But yeah, good pick. Number 13 for you, CP.
Alita, Battle Angel.
Okay, so we've had that already by someone, so that's the second Alita. Okay.
Yeah, just a fun, good time.
Yeah.
Again, another movie that if you lower your expectations, you really kind of have a fun time with it. It caught me by surprise, this movie.
Nice. Okay, so that's 2 for Alita. Okay, so down to the chat again for number 13. So Blu-ray Madness says Dragged Across Concrete. Love Mel Gibson. So yeah, you like that one. So another point to Dragged Across Concrete. Yeah. Okay. The Viz said Marriage Story. So another one for Marriage Story. So seems to be pretty popular with that one. Kill Count says Doom Annihilation. Okay. Got some definitely different ones compared to all of us, but that's what this is about. Riddle Steel said number 13 is Shazam for him. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I think that was our first Shazam. I don't think anyone else has mentioned that yet. Scolder's number 13, we've already talked about it, is Jojo Rabbit. So another Jojo Rabbit there, so that's 3 for Jojo. Now, Tim's number 13 was Spider-Man Far From Home, which I haven't seen. Anyone else seen that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
You like it? Anyone? Any thoughts?
It's a good time. It's fun. It's just not one of the best Marvel movies.
Right.
Yeah.
I like I love the cast of this new Spider-Man era we got, so I'm excited to see what they do next.
Okay, and now to me, my number 13, we've already talked about it. Hoax mentioned it. It is The Art of Self-Defense. I just watched this last week, just before the stream. Yeah, it was a really enjoyable movie. I think Hoax pretty much summed it up well. Jesse Eisenberg was great. Kind of has a good blend of comedy, and then it kind of goes into a darker twist, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, can be quite relatable to people, and yeah, just a really well done movie that's probably not got a lot of attention. So, yeah, great film and entertaining. So that's my number 13, The Art of Self-Defense.
Chase, would you say it goes around the twist?
A little bit. Does go around the twist. Reference to an Aussie show. Yeah. Nah, it was great. I like Jesse Eisenberg. I don't usually like him in movies a lot, but that one, I thought he was great. So, yeah, good film. So, okay, moving on to number 12. Brian.
Number 12 is The Lighthouse.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
I love seeing Robert Pattinson do something other than Twilight, and he's really starting to shine now. Like,
definitely, I agree.
Willem Dafoe just on this, little lighthouse, little island. It's a pretty cool concept, and
yeah,
I don't know. I like how dark it is, and how you don't really know what's going to go on this, or you don't know who's sane and who's not insane. If one of them is really there, one of them is not really there. You just don't know what the hell's going on some of the time.
I got a lot of theories of that movie. I don't know if we can talk about it all here now, but because I don't want to spoil it for people. But yeah, great. I enjoyed it as well. You're probably gonna hear it again
the whole time. And when it ends, you just want more, and it was a good time. Good movie.
Robert Pattinson's killing it. Okay, Hoax, 12 for you. Sorry. 12?
Gaspar Noé's drug-fueled nightmare. Fucking climax.
Yes.
I saved this one for the end of the year, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane, man.
Okay.
So good.
Nice. I actually, funnily enough, I watched a really weird movie before Hoax for once, because he's usually one recommending me the weird ones, and yeah, Climax was great. I really enjoyed it. I got the Arrow video, and it's just a real trippy nightmare. That's really what you can say about the film. So
yeah, it's like a fucked up fever dream.
It really is. It's nuts. So highly recommend it to anyone who wants to go down that road for about an hour. I think it's about an hour, 90 minutes. Something like that.
It's a short, quick viewing.
Yep. Nice one, man. Number 12. Okay, Corey, number 12 for you.
Number 12 for me. It had to show up. The Fanatic.
Yes.
Come on, yeah. The Fanatic is fucking hella stupid. It was hella stupid. And it's directed by, what's his name? Frank Durst.
Fred Durst, yeah.
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Red Dirt.
Bruh, that movie was hilarious. It was crazy. You got John Travolta in it, just spazzing out throughout the entire movie, and I think one of his more interesting roles. And to be honest, I said this earlier to somebody, like we needed a crazy, whacked out movie like this to pop up on our radar,
Yeah.
especially in 2019. So I just enjoyed the hell out of Fanatic.
Nah,
Plus,
good
they make
pick.
references to fucking Maniac in it.
Exactly.
I saw that. I saw it in theaters, man. It was. I was like one of two people in the theater.
And I
Yeah,
and I
it's
just watched
fucking
it last
entertaining as
week.
hell.
It is. I just watched it last week. I think a few of us had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, I think we've all been there in some form, like maybe worshipping like an idol or wanting an autograph of a celebrity, maybe when we were younger or whenever. So I think we're all movie buffs here. So yeah.
I like that though.
Yeah, that has some reference. Yeah. Okay. Number 12 for you, John.
Oh man, fuck! I don't know if I can recover after that fucking last one, bro. Yeah, number 12 for me has already been mentioned. It's fucking Shazam.
Shazam. Okay, another one for Shazam. Yeah.
It was
two for Shazam.
I guess the director is gonna do the next one probably in like 2022, 2023.
Yep.
But he did Lights Out as well, and I know a lot of you guys like that one. But kind of weird, like going from that to like a superhero movie and shit. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Had one of the kids from the It stuff and all that. So
yeah,
bad, man. I liked it. So.
Okay, nice. So nice number 12. CP number 12 for you.
How many people are watching right now? How many people?
15.
All right,
15.
so I expect I'll lose 15 subscribers right now. Number 12 for me is Joker.
All right.
Wow.
I've watched it twice, and there's a couple of whole. I mean, it's 12. It's 12 out of 90. It's the top 15%. Oh wow! How the hell did you get it already?
We just went down to 2 viewers.
Yeah.
You got it, Chase?
I'm sure we'll be talking about it later. So
that's a cool story. I want to see that later.
I know. I'll have to show you later. Did we find out if he won Best Actor for Golden Globes? Or
he did.
Still, he did. Oh wow! Awesome.
Fuck yeah!
Wow, great. I'll mention that later. Okay, so now I've got to go back to reading everyone's. Number 12 for Kill Count was Hobbs and Shaw, which I don't think it's been mentioned yet. I'll just put that in there. Fast and Furious film. Yeah, I've kind of got over that sort of franchise a while ago, if I'm being honest. Number 12 for Blu-ray Menace was Good Boys, so that's been mentioned already. Okay, is number 12 for Culture Trini is Yesterday, so that hasn't been mentioned yet. So Yesterday, we'll write that one down. 12 for The Viz was Peanut Butter Falcon, so another love there, very nice. We got Riddle Steele's Glass, so that's 3 for Glass now. Okay, and is that okay? That's the 12. Okay, I think we're good. And yeah, Kill Count already said that. Okay, so now we go to Scolders. Scolders number 12 was The King, movie on Netflix with Timothée Chalamet. I haven't seen it. It looks like a sort of medieval type film. Actually looked really good. Robert Pattinson's actually in that one as well, I believe, and Joe Edgerton. But yeah, haven't seen the movie, but it did look good. So that's 12 for Scolder. 12 for Tim now. Is John Wick 3. So, yep, we've already mentioned that. I think that's already got a pick there. So, Tim's John Wick 3. Big fan of the franchise, and you're probably going to hear about it a bit later. So, my number 12 has already been said, and it was Triple Frontier, Netflix movie that came out earlier in the year. It's a bit of a heist film, Ben Affleck. It's about these 4 guys that were sort of part of this. What are they? Sort of trying to remember. They were part of like a secret service
special agent. Yeah,
exactly, secret service special agents, and now they're struggling a little bit afterwards, and they have this job that's put in front of them, and yeah, it's a really big heist in this sort of drug lord's house, and yeah, it's got really good action. I think Ben Affleck's been really good over the last couple of years with The Town and Argo, everything like that. So yeah, I enjoyed it for a Netflix film. You never know what you're going to get with that, but certainly high up there for me. And Ben Affleck was great in it. So That's number 12. Triple Frontier.
Good guy
Okay.
doing bad things.
Exactly. That's exactly what you're going to do. So just before we get to our top 10, number 11, Brian.
11 for me was Richard Jewell.
Richard Jewell. Definitely want to see that. Yeah.
A really solid performances all around. Just a cool story I'd never even really heard of because I was like 11 at the time it happened. But basically, you know, a bomb goes off at I forget the Millennium Park.
The Olympics in '96, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But it was this place where they held a bunch of concerts and stuff like that, and it's about this guy named Richard Jewell. He saves people from the bomb, and then later on gets blamed for doing the act that he didn't commit. So
That's a good
it's
movie.
really cool. It shows you how messed up the system can be sometimes, and you know that they can try to put blame just to put something under the rug. You know, they don't want to be able to be in pursuit of this guy forever, so they got to blame somebody. So it's a pretty good movie. A lot of good performances around. It's got Kathy Bates is real good in it, and Sam Rockwell again, really solid performance by him. Clint Eastwood directs.
Yep, the man himself.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I look forward to that. Clint Eastwood doesn't miss too many times.
Yeah, I'm really
he
looking
did with
forward to that one too.
15 to 17 in Paris, but most of his films have been great. So look forward to
John
that.
Hamm plays a really good asshole in it too.
Okay. Looking forward to it. Number 11 for you, Hoax.
Should we, Midsommar.
Midsommar, another one.
We could go to Sweden, do a bunch of hallucinogens, and fucking have a fucking blast, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's 2 for Midsommar.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. Okay, Corey, number 11 for you.
Number 11 for me is gonna go to Marriage Story.
Hey, another one.
Yeah. I saw Marriage Story literally last night. I was talking to you guys when I watched it the first time.
Yep, 3 for Marriage Story.
Man, that's a powerful, very human movie. I love human movies, like that just talk about the human experience of some event that anybody could really be a part of. And damn, it's Marriage Story, but it sure talks about divorce a whole lot.
That's a lot of the theme of the movie.
Towards the end, there were a couple scenes where it really got to me, like the toll that it was taking on these two characters.
Yeah. Now that scene when pretty much Adam Driver breaks finally, and he just confronts Scarlett in the room. Yeah, that's a great, powerful scene.
Definitely that scene, and when he has to have the dinner with the social worker or whoever.
Such awkward. Yeah.
Is the most painful scene to watch, especially the way it wraps up.
Oh yeah. Damn. Yeah. Talk about nervous.
I was my mouth fucking dropped open when that happened.
That chick was awkward too.
Yeah, she was just staring at them. Yeah. No, it's a good movie. So yeah, so far I've had I think 3 Marriage Stories, so we're getting up there with that one. Okay, John, number 11 for you.
11 for me is a Jonas Ackerlund film, and I don't think it's the one you guys think I'm gonna say, but it's a Netflix one. I think there's another one recommendation by either Trini or Jason. That's Polar.
Polar, nice. First time, nice.
Yeah, dude. He also did fucking Lords of Chaos, Jonas Ackerlund. So I'm sure that's probably gonna be mentioned. But yeah, this was a good fucking movie. It's like, I don't want to say it's John Wick light, but like, because Mads Mikkelsen's a lot older. He's a retired like hitman, and basically there's a hit out on him, and he just fucking goes nuts and starts killing a bunch of motherfuckers, man. So
it's good. I enjoyed it as well.
It is good, man.
Brutal and violent, and Mads Mikkelsen really fits those characters. So I had great fun with that one as well. Really well shot too.
Yep.
Okay, CP, number 11.
Number 11 for me is a documentary on Netflix, and it's called Fire with a Y.
Okay.
About the fire festival that really didn't happen. It was a bit of a con man who set up this festival and used Instagram influencers to hype it up, and picked up a lot of money, but in the end didn't really have. I guess that's a spoiler, but the festival never happened. He never really.
It was a disaster too.
Yeah. Everything that he advertised just wasn't there, and this is like ultra rich people that were paying to be there. It's really, really unique.
There's a Hulu documentary on it too. I can't remember the name
there's a
of it.
couple of documentaries on it.
Yeah, that was really good though.
Okay. Just scroll up so I can see. Okay, so number 11 for Trini was Ready or Not. So another Ready or Not. So we've got 5 Ready or Not. So it's getting up there for the popular vote. We got number 11 for Kill Count was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Batman. So I assume that's probably an animated one, right? I don't know.
No, I think Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an anime.
Blu-ray Manus shares some of our love for Fighting with My Family. So that's another one. So that one's getting
Nice.
so far. That's got 4 votes. Rocket Man for Ready or Still, number 11. That hasn't been mentioned yet, and I believe he won Golden Globe tonight. Number 11 for The Viz is Dolomite Is My Name. First time that's been mentioned. I dare say maybe not the last.
Nope.
Okay, now I go to Skolder. Number 11 for Skolder, another movie that hasn't been mentioned that I wanted to see. That is Ford versus Ferrari. Matt Damon and Christian Bale, and I think it's if you've seen the movie Le Mans with Steve McQueen back in the I think it was 60s, and the movie Rush with Chris Hemsworth. I think it's in a similar vein to that. It looks something that I want to check out, so I probably will in the coming week or two. I think it's getting a couple of Oscar sort of buzz or whatever. It's actually directed by James Mangold, who's done some great movies, 3:10 to Yuma and the Johnny Cash movie, Walk with the Lion. So that's that. Number 11 for Skolder. Number 11 for Tim, Dolomite Is My Name. So there we go. There's another one. So that's Tim's. Okay, and number 11 for me, maybe a surprise pick, but I'm a big fan of this kind of series or franchise. That is Rambo Last Blood. Always been a big Rambo fan. Right from when I grew up, I used to watch all the earlier films. I had the big VHS tapes, and I watched that trilogy over and over and over. And these last couple, probably maybe not as good as those films, especially the first one, because the first one was such a great drama. But I had a lot of fun with this movie. I did see it in the cinema. A lot more violent than probably the first 3, maybe on par with the 4th one, because that was pretty bloody and gory as well. But I just like the character. I think Sylvester Stallone is really good in it. It's typical and predictable stuff, but I enjoy the action, and I had fun with it. So that's number 11, Rambo Last Blood.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over. So that's our first 10 picks. So really cool so far. We're only an hour 12 in, so we're pacing really nicely here. So now, guys, we're going to start our top 10 picks for 2019. So Brian, kick us off. Number 10.
Number 10, The Art of Self-Defense.
Nice. There's another one.
Yep.
Okay,
I don't really know what else to say about it that hasn't been said.
No. Yeah, we've said it all, dude. Great film, and 3 of us have already picked it. So it's really good. I recommend it to everyone in the chat that hasn't seen it.
Is it on Netflix?
Okay. No, it's not a Netflix movie. No. There is other ways to watch it though. Okay, Hoax, 10 for you.
The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yay, another one.
Yep.
It was just a feel-good movie and had a great story, and I had a blast with it.
Yep. Great film, great indie film, and I'm sure it's probably going to be
mentioned.
It's like
the year of Shia LaBeouf, too.
Yeah, I got to watch Honey Boy, because you said that was just as good, if not better. Yep.
Yeah, it was. I liked it better.
Okay, Corey, 10 for you.
Number 10 is The Lighthouse.
Hey, nice.
Oh, man. Everything about that movie is fantastic. I'm a guy that likes to analyze films, and there's a lot to analyze with that one. So, loved it.
Very good. Yeah, I like that film a lot. And as I said, I've got my own theories about it, and we might talk about that off off
Okay.
camera because some of us haven't seen it, so I don't want to spoil it. Okay, John, number 10 for you.
10 for me. If Bryn was here and I'd probably be kissing my feet. But 10 for me is Uncut Gems with Adam
I knew
Sandler.
it. There's another one. Yeah, that's the third.
Yeah, bro. It's it kind of came out of left field. I didn't expect much. People were kind of hyping it up a little bit before it even came out, and I was like, all right, let's see what this is all about. Yeah, it's a great movie. The chick in it is hot, and she's not been in much. Dude, she hasn't
Which
been
one?
in one of everything. His side bitch. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
the mistress. Yeah.
No, not his main wife. I've seen her in different things too, but
You run this.
yeah, we run these bitches. But anyway, yeah, but he does his thing. Adam Sandler, like a lot of people said, it doesn't feel like it's Adam Sandler. At other times it does, and then some people had issues with like him being too much yelling in it and stuff, like being a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean that just plays up to the character. So yeah, a little bit of a twist. I don't want to say anything because I'm sure there's people in there who haven't seen it yet. But yeah, I didn't expect that. But and it felt relevant to the time period because you gotta understand it's when this guy was still playing basketball and shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Kevin Garnett. Yeah.
Yep.
Boston Celtics. Yeah.
Yep.
Got more to say about that later, but yeah, good pick. Good number 10. Okay, CP, 10 for you.
It's been coming up a little bit lately. Dolomite is my name.
Yeah, there's another one. That's 3.
Anybody who's ever like tried to make a movie, this is a really fun time for people who've had any experience with filmmaking. Eddie Murphy returns to R-rated form, and people are sleeping on Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is really, really good in this movie.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
on
gotta
Netflix.
watch it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's even on the Australian one, and because isn't it like a reboot or something? Isn't being done before or something? Like in the 70s, like Eddie Murphy did something similar.
It's a true story.
Okay.
It's about
Rudy Ray Moore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who made Dolomite and
Yeah,
a bunch of other blaxploitation.
there's some Rudy Ray Moore movies on Vinegar Syndrome Blu-rays, Jace.
So it's like a homage to like black exploitation films then.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so now reading in the chat, Boy Trini, John Wick is his number 10. So another John Wick. Yeah, been pretty popular with that one. The Viz says Endgame, so another Avengers. I think that's the second time we've mentioned Avengers. 10 for Madness was The Two Popes, which is the Netflix film. It's getting a lot of Oscar buzz and attention. I think it's Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce, Netflix, about the Catholic popes. So you must have enjoyed it. 10 for Ben Grimm is Long Shot, which was a fun sort of Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron movie.
Right.
I did see that in the cinema, and I had fun with it. I did actually pick up the Blu not too long ago, so pretty, predictable stuff in the line of like Knocked Up and 40-year-old version. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And Kill Count, he's doing his whole list here, so yeah, I only want the 10. But It Chapter 2 is his number 10. Okay, so another It move. So a couple of It's.
Riddle said,
and Riddle said It as well. So another It. So shit, I think we've had 4 It's already. Shit. Okay, Skolder, same as CP. Dolomite's my name. So Dolomite's really coming through.
Yeah, especially in this spot here, 11-10.
Yep, it's around that mark. 10 for Tim was Marriage Story, another very popular pick so far.
Oh yeah.
So 4 for Marriage Story. Okay, so my number 10, same as Trini, John Wick Chapter 3. I've always been a big fan of this franchise when it first came out. I think it was a bit of a sleeper, the first one. No one really knew, how well it's going to be, but I think it's one of the better action franchises in the last kind of decade. I really enjoyed it. The third one's probably not as good as the first 2 in my mind, but I still really enjoy the action and all the cinematography, and just Keanu Reeves is such a badass. And as Brian alluded to earlier, Halle Berry was really good in it as well with her little scene. I like Ian McShane as well as one of his sort of side characters. Yeah, just great action and fun. Had a great time in the cinema. I've watched the Blu-ray, the 4K recently again, and just a blast. I really love the John Wick franchise. I hope they don't kind of kill it, because I know they're doing a fourth one in 2021, which, yeah, I'm not sure how much of left this series has got to go, because I kind of felt a little bit flat towards the third one. But yeah, it's a great franchise and I enjoy the hell out of it. So that's number 10, John Wick Chapter 3. So that's my 10. Okay, Brian, number 9.
Number 9 for me is Dragged Across Concrete.
Nice.
So,
third time that's been mentioned.
Yeah, really solid. Mel Gibson performance in this, and Vince Vaughn's great. Forget the name of the director. S. Craig Zeller.
Yep.
I loved Brawl and Cell by 99 and Bun Tomahawk too.
Great films.
It just keeps on going.
Yeah, one of the directors. It's one of the probably the last decade. He's definitely one of the up and coming directors, because all 3 films are probably, in my opinion, more than solid. I enjoy the hell out of all 3 of them so far. So I can't wait to see what he does next. Great.
It may be a little bit slower paced for some, but I think
slow burn. Yeah,
really solid performance in the show.
Great pick there, Brian. Okay, Hoax, number 9 for you.
This is my most watched movie of the year. Good Boys.
Hey, another one.
Yep.
I laugh my ass off every time I watch it. The fucking cameo with Stephen Merchant is fucking priceless. I loved it.
Okay. Number 9 for you, Corey.
Number 9 for me is going to go to Peanut Butter Falcon.
Hey, another one. It's popular. Yeah.
That was a tearjerker, man. It was really good.
Yeah.
Very heartwarming film. And they approached the Down syndrome character in a way that more films need to do, I guess. I don't know. They did a great job. There's not a lot I can really say about it.
It's been mentioned, and it probably might be mentioned again. Yeah, great. One of the better indie films of the year. Well, last year now. So yeah, great film. Okay, John, number 9 for you.
Number 9, always been mentioned a couple times. John Wick 3.
Yep, we're similar. Yep. So. Great. Okay, CP, straight to you, number 9.
Number 9 is Lords of Chaos.
Great one.
Yes.
It's. I really wish I didn't know that there was some truth behind some of this stuff, because as a horror movie, it's a pretty decent horror movie. But then you find out some of the stuff actually happened, and it's just like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Very dark and disturbing, gritty, and that's kind of why I liked it as well. Yeah, great one. Great Arrow video release too, for those who want to get it.
Yeah, get that, because the American is just nothing. There's nothing on that disc. There's a bunch of trailers.
Okay, so going back to the people in the chat, their list, number 9 for kill count was Rabbit, which I didn't see. So he's got a lot of different ones. Okay, going down to number 9 for Blu-ray Man, this was Endgame. So that's another Endgame one. Number 9 for Trini is Dolomite. So, yep, Dolomite getting a lot of love.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9 for Riddle of Steel, John Wick 3. Another one that's getting a lot of love around this mark. So that's John Wick, very popular. Number 9 for Viz is Brightburn. So the Brightburn love is back after kicked off really nicely at the beginning. So that's 6 now for Brightburn. Okay, so now for Skolder, his number 9. Haven't heard this one yet. Terminator Dark Fate.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. Shoot, that's surprising. But Skolder likes his action movies, and I think he's a pretty big fan of the Terminator franchise. So I don't think anyone else will mention this one, so that's quite a surprise. It's a pity he's not here to kind of give his opinion and argument on it, but yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I was a big fan of the original 2, and kind of the franchise has died for me since then, but
I
Scott
enjoyed
has
it.
it.
I thought it was a fun time in theaters.
Yep.
But
And then Tim has got It Chapter 2, so we've got another It. So that's getting up there as well. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the fifth one for It. Okay. Okay, so my number 9, we've already mentioned this. Just watched this recently. Is The Lighthouse. You guys have said pretty much everything, and I do want to chat to you guys about it off air about my theories. But yeah, it's just a great characterization with Robert Pattinson, Willem Dafoe, just two guys living on an island, a lighthouse, sort of desolate, and it's it's kind of like a psychological type thriller horror film in a way because it deals with that, and it's a crazy sort of film, especially Robert Pattinson, the sort of journey that he goes through, and you're not sure, as Brian alluded to again earlier, what's real, what's not, what's actually going on here. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think the black and white effect is really good for that film. Kind of makes it a bit more creepier and mysterious. So yeah, I really had a lot of fun with it, and I definitely probably will buy it in the coming weeks. So that's number 9, The Lighthouse.
and the 4:3 ratio is pretty good too.
It works. It definitely works.
Yeah, we all have widescreen TVs now. Let's go back to that.
Okay, Brian, number 8.
Number 8, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Hey, there we go.
It's it should be closer up on my list, but it just didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
I did see it twice now.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it more the second time, knowing what I was getting myself into. Because the first time you watch that, you kind of don't know where the story's going. And,
Yeah.
And what it's all about, really. But the second time, it really knocked it up for me.
Yeah, I thought it was a great Tarantino. Can't go wrong with Tarantino.
Yeah, Brad Pitt and Leo are just awesome in it.
Mm-hmm.
Margot Robbie does a pretty good job as well. I don't know.
Good film. Okay. Okay, Hoax, number 8 for you.
The Joker.
Hey.
I'm not a big superhero guy, but this one really fucking knocked it out of the park for an origin story at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I dare say.
And I never thought Todd Phillips would make a good movie again.
I know, right? He did The Hangover, and yeah, that was a great film. And as I said, I think it's going to be brought up a few more times in my mind. Okay, Corey, number 8 for you.
Number 8 is going to be CP's number 9, I'm pretty sure.
Hey.
Lords of Chaos. Yeah,
Hey, another one. Yep.
Lords of Chaos. The moment I saw it, it moved the shit out of me. And then I went and did my research, watched a few documentaries, found old dude's YouTube channel or shit. Yo, that movie is highly underrated, and I love the hell out of it, dude. That ending definitely, how it all caps up, is pretty dark. Like, the whole fucking movie's dark, but man, that was a rough film.
The guy's got a YouTube channel, and he talks about how he feels about the movie. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Varg's a fucking nutcase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Emery Cohen. Yeah, really good actor. He was great in that role.
He was in
Place Beyond the Pines. Yeah, Place Beyond the Pines, and a really good movie that me and John and Trini like, Hot Summer's Night. He played a villain. He always plays kind of the villainous role. He's good at that.
He's really good at that.
Yep. So, John, number 8 for you.
8 for me is Jordan Peele's Us.
Hey, second time that's been mentioned. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Us.
Everybody knows about it already. Been talking.
Yeah, I think most of us have. I think all of us would have seen it here. So, yep.
Yep.
Good film. CP, your number 8.
Number 8 is Jojo Rabbit.
Hey, another Jojo Rabbit.
Effeminate Adolf Hitler. That's all I have to say.
Fourth time that's been mentioned. Very good.
Right on the money there.
Okay. So what do we got here? Now, got to go up again. Scroll up a bit. I did read Viz's. That was okay. So number 8 for kill count was Crawl TV. Yeah, that hasn't been mentioned. I did want to see that one because I do enjoy those kind of creature feature films. Get around. I mean, it's probably just middle of the road type film, but I always enjoy alligator or shark type movies. Number 8 for Blu-ray Man is John Wick 3. More love for John Wick. Gee, that could be the pick of the night here. Once Upon a Time was definitely okay. Hello, everyone. Hey, B movie. Trini, number 8 for him was The Lighthouse. So more love for that one. Number 8 for Viz was Long Shot. So that's second time that's been mentioned. Okay. I'll just type that in. Okay. Knives Out, Riddle of Steel. So that's his number 8. First time that's been mentioned. Okay. Mentioned again. Okay, Scott is in the chat now. Okay. Well, he can. I don't know if he's still. Okay, so number 8 for Scolder was Brightburn. So more Brightburn love. So that's been another very popular pick. 7 actually picks for Brightburn already. So yeah, people like it.
Wow.
Number 8 for CP. You got a partner now. Star Wars for Tim. Number 8.
Tim.
Wow.
John
Care to
just
say
like,
Wow.
Care to say anything
Wow.
about that, Tim?
I enjoy it. I don't top 10 enjoy it.
Okay, that's 10. And number 8 for me, I share, who was its opinion? Can't remember. Oh, Riddle Stills, Knives Out. I really enjoy kind of whodunit type films. I've always been a fan of that genre. And this is kind of in that vein. I think Daniel Craig was really good. Some people said it was predictable, and I could see that because I kind of picked it fairly early on as well. But I just really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun guessing some of the clues and seeing some of the things unfold. I thought the girl in it was really good. She's been in a lot of good movies recently. Anna de Armas, she was in Blade Runner 2049. She's going to be actually in the new Bond film. Overall, everyone really played their part. Christopher Plummer, who was kind of one of the main characters. Nice to see Captain America in a different role as well, because he's done all the Avenger films. So, yeah, I just had a lot of fun with it. I enjoy that type of genre. The dialogue was great, and fun film. So that's number 8, Knives Out.
Yeah.
Jay,
Yes,
can
John.
I just mention that Ana de Armas is a brunette?
Yes, she is.
I'm surprised you find her appealing.
Yeah. Okay.
She's also going to be in my dreams later on.
Yeah. Exactly. She might be the virtual girlfriend from Blade Runner 2049. Exactly.
Either way, you make that, Jace. So.
Yeah. Okay, Brian, number 7.
All right, number 7 for me is going to have to be Black Christmas. No, I'm just fucking with
Whoa.
you.
Wow.
Joker.
Joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say. Nice. I like it. Short and
That's all I
sweet.
got to say.
Yeah, no, it's probably going to be brought up a bit now. Number 7 for you, Hoax.
my number 7 is The Lighthouse.
Yeah, another one. Yeah. Very popular.
It was.
It was good. Oh, we lost him. Damn. Just when he was about to say something, but he said he's going to have internet trouble. So I guess we're just going to have to move on. But number 6 for Lighthouse. Hopefully he can come back in the chat and read off the rest of his list at least. That's a pity. We're just getting to the tail end of things. But we'll move on to Corey's number 7.
All right. Number 7 for me is going to be Avengers Endgame.
Yep, another one.
I
Yep.
enjoyed the hell out of Avengers Endgame. There was a point where I almost had those weird, I don't know, it's not like I was sad. It was just like tears sort of showed up towards the end.
Yeah.
I was like, not the very end, but the battle scenes were real intense. And I was really happy the way it all turned out. And
Yep.
it was kick ass, dude. Really good movie.
Okay. Nice. Okay, John, your number 7.
Number 7 for me, it's already been mentioned by somebody, and that's Booksmart.
Booksmart. Okay.
Basically, the female version of Superbad, but it's so fun, and it's still its own. It does have elements of being its own thing. It's hard to look at the sister of Jonah Hill and not see Jonah Hill, but I mean it's a fun movie, man. I enjoyed it. So more than I
I
thought.
had no
Yeah.
idea that was her.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all good now, Hoax?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just lost you when you were about to say something about Lighthouse, but yeah, I figured
Yeah.
we move on, but
Fucking
yeah, we've
cut
talked
out.
about it. Oh, all
Yeah.
good, dude. We're glad to have you back. Okay, CP number 7 for you.
It's been brought up a couple times. Triple Frontier,
Yep, good one.
the town, but
Basically,
but
yep.
with little different elements to it.
Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Triple Frontier so far. Okay, very good. Okay, so now who else is playing this game? So number 7 for Blu-ray Madness was Brightburn. So that's 8 now for Brightburn. Wow, it's might be the most popular one. Riddle Steel, Hotel Mumbai, another one finally with that one. Viz says Ford versus Ferrari. So I think that's the second time we've got that one. Yep, it is. Trini's Jojo Rabbit. So I think that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's number 5 for Jojo Rabbit. 5 picks there. Razor Wire. Oh, what's up, Luke? He says number 7, X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Wow.
Is he joking? I don't know if he's joking.
He's got to be joking. Man.
Is he? I don't know.
I don't think he is.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. That's what this game's all about. Okay, now my man Skolder. Number 7 for Skolder hasn't been mentioned. Zombieland, the second one, double tap. So I didn't get to see that one yet. I did see the original, which I really enjoyed. So any thoughts there for Zombieland?
If you like the first one, you'd like this one. It's on par.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great follow-up.
Okay. Number 7 for Tim, Toy Story 4. So that's the third time we've heard that. Yep. So 3 for Toy Story 4. And now my pick. Here we go. Number 7. It's probably going to be mentioned a couple more times, so we'll leave it to some of you other guys. It is Parasite, the Korean foreign film, which I think won a Golden Globe tonight. Yeah, what can I say? I've really been big into Korean films over the last couple of years, thanks to our boy Voodoo Magic, which I'm not sure if he's in the chat or not, but yeah. I'm going to leave it to some of the other guys to talk about it because I got a feeling it's going to be mentioned again. But wow, it's a great time. Really enjoyed it. Heartwarming. Shocking moments, and yeah, a lot of twists and turns in there. So that's my number 7, Parasite. Okay, so Brian, number 6.
Okay.
Number 6 is Lords of Chaos.
Hey, good stuff.
Really good performance by Rory Culkin here.
Yeah, yep.
And dark.
Yeah, very dark. Yeah,
It's pretty
great
cool finding all this history about Norwegian black metal and stuff, though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Hoax, your number 6.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, another one. Thought that was going to come up again. Yep.
After seeing the director's cut, I liked it more than the first time I seen it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to revisiting that because I've only seen it once at the cinema, so I wonder whether my opinion will change or not, but we'll
For a
see.
movie as long as it is, it really sure flies by, too.
Yeah. Okay, Corey, your number 6.
Number 6 for me is going to be The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Hey, that's they mentioned earlier. There's another pick for there. Yep.
Yes, sir. I love that film a whole lot. Yeah, man. That's all I can really say about it. Heartwarming. It's pretty relatable. Strong family themes. Really great journey. And yeah, a great cast of black actors, man. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just picked it up.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna like it a lot.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to CP, number 6.
Number 6 is Avengers Endgame
Yep.
because movie.
Movies.
Wait, what?
Oh, we skipped John.
Oh, yeah, sorry, John.
Sorry,
number
John.
6.
All right, let CP finish, then I'll say mine.
Oh no, Avengers.
Jace.
For every
Nah.
reason that everybody else.
You know what it is? Because now with Hoax coming back in, the order's all screwed up. So, yeah, John, you go.
It looks like I'm right under CP though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
But number 6 has already been mentioned. Somebody said it. Fighting with My Family.
Yes, good one.
I liked it a lot, man.
And 5 picks for Fighting My Family, so that's good. Okay, so now we'll go to the chat again. I think you can't scroll up anymore. I don't know what's his name. Left and then okay, so kill count. His number. I didn't mention his 7. His 7 was Star Wars, so there is another one for Star Wars. And his 6 was Us. So yeah, there's that.
Movies.
Yep. And number 6 for Trini was Lords of Chaos. Number 6 for Blu-ray Madness was A Report with Adam Driver. First time that's been mentioned. Razorwise says Detective Pikachu, number 6. Wow.
Fun with that.
Viz is going, he's starting again. So his 20 was Child's Play. Oh, wow. Child's Play, another one. Rambo, I think you and me are the only one there with that. I think there was actually another Rambo. There was 3 Rambos now. 18 was Aladdin. I think you and Tim are the only ones there with that. El Camino, that hasn't been mentioned. And Lion King, 16. Okay. So he's catching up. So 6 is Us. You can just do your top 5. We might go back to that because otherwise we're going to get out of order. So number 6 for Viz was Us. So that's the 3rd time that's been mentioned. Okay. It's 4K. Okay. Now you, Skolder. Let's see what you've got. Number 6, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for Skolder. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one there. Tim, number 6 for Tim is Peanut Butter Falcon. Wow, that's getting a lot. And, okay, so my number 6 is pretty much the same as a few of you guys, Lords of Chaos. So same as Brian. And, yeah, I really enjoyed that movie a lot. As I said, I think Hoax was the one that mentioned it first. Yeah, Macaulay Culkin's brother, Rory Culkin, amazing in it. I haven't seen him in anything else before, so yeah, look forward to it.
Not true, Jace. You saw him in Home Alone.
Oh, yeah, saw him in Home Alone, but yeah, I didn't.
I was curious.
Yeah. As I said, just a dark and twisted movie. It just leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth, but you just can't stop but watch to see what happens to all the characters. And yeah, it's a lot more than just about like death metal music and stuff. It's a lot of dark, twisted themes in that film. But I really had a great time. And as I said before, check out the Arrow video release. So that's Lords of Chaos, number 6. So now comes the time where we move on to our top 5. So serious business now. Serious business. So Brian, kick us off with number 5.
What was CP's number 6? I was getting water.
Avengers Endgame.
Oh, cool. All right. So my number 5 is Midsommar.
Okay.
After seeing it the first time, I felt really awkward in theaters watching that next to like local public and stuff. But then I saw the director's cut version, and it made the story elaborate a little bit more, and it was just a lot better that way. So if you see it, I recommend seeing the director's cut. It's 30 more minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I haven't watched the director's cut yet, so I'm sure it might go up my list after I see it.
It does make the pacing feel a little bit slower than it already does, but I mean, I don't know. There's a lot more story that elaborates it, and I don't know. It's a crazy movie. I like Hereditary a lot, and so Ari Aster, 2 for 2 in my book.
Yep. Well, it's the 3rd time it's been mentioned, so yeah. So not too bad. Okay, so now we go to Hoax.
Dr. Sleep, man.
Hey, that's been mentioned. Yeah, 2nd time. Yep.
I wasn't expecting much from it because I'm not a big Mike Flanagan fan, but he fucking won me over, man.
No. Yeah.
I'm
okay.
looking forward to seeing that director's cut because there's another like half hour to it.
Okay. Okay, Corey, you're number 5.
Number 5 for me is Dolomite Is My Name.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Got some
it's nice seeing Eddie Murphy back, and like CP said, yeah, as
Six
far as
for that.
trying to make a film, trying to make a film and filmmaking process from the ground up, and it's a really great journey. I love that movie.
Okay. John, number 5.
5 is gonna be Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, jeez, there it is. 3, 4, 5. That's 7 now for Peanut Butter Falcon. Wow. Good one. CP, your number 5.
Number 5 is The Irishman,
Wow, first time mentioned. Yeah.
directed by
yet.
Martin Scorsese.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about it again.
Yep. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so now it's me going through the list again. So number 6. Okay, that was number 6 for you, Riddle. Nightingale, which is an Australian movie, which I actually just picked up. So 6 for you. Then we go back to Trini. Number 5 for Trini was 1917. So second time that's been brought up, the war film. So 1917's got 2 there. Hobbs and Shaw for Razor Wire, number 5. Wow, speaking of all the blockbusters.
I think he's fucking around.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's gotta be.
He's got to be. Number 5 for Blu-ray Madness was Spider-Man. So second time that's been mentioned. Attaboy Brian. Number 5 for The Viz is also Midsommar. So 4 for Midsommar now. Okay. Who else is playing? Jace, did you ever get my... Oh, we're going to have to come back to that, Riddle. I think I did. I think I started reading yours off right at the beginning. Pretty sure I did. If you were here at the beginning, I would have read them off. And number 5 for you is Blinded by the Light. That's Riddle. So that hasn't been mentioned yet either. Okay. Yep. And now we got Scolder's number 5. So Scolder is Joker.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to hear that a few times. Tim, number 5 for Tim was Paddleton. Yay, Tim. Good stuff. So 2 for Paddleton. Okay, so number 5 for me, it's already been brought up. I think Brian mentioned it not that long ago. Dragged Across Concrete. I said already, I love that director. He's made 3 really, really good films in my opinion. All his films are quite slow burn at the beginning, and then it kind of really gets more tense, and a lot of the action scenes happen towards the end. I really enjoyed Vince Vaughn in it. I think his drama roles are really good for him. I always enjoy seeing Mel Gibson, and it does have kind of a Heat type of feel to it. I really love the film Heat, and it does have that feel to it a little bit, because that's kind of a slow burn as well. I can't wait to see more of the director's work, and yeah, really enjoyable film, so I'll definitely have to rewatch it again soon. That's number 5, Dragged Across Concrete. Okay, number 4, Brian.
There's definitely like a couple crazy scenes that you don't expect in Dragged Across Concrete.
Exactly, that's what I mean. It's like slow burn, then it just goes bang, and he does that with every film. Yeah, Bone Tomahawk was exactly the same, as was Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yep.
Number 4 for me is Dr. Sleep.
Okay, so I think that's 3 for Dr. Sleep now. Yep.
Really exceeded my expectations, and I can't wait for that director's cut, man.
Yep. I gotta watch it. Okay, so Hoax, number 4 for you.
Bong Joon-ho's Parasite.
Yay, another one. Finally got Parasite. 2 for
There's
Parasite.
some of them fucking Korean dramas that fucking really get to me.
Yep, they hit the emotional chord really well, and
there's a decent amount of comedy in it too, surprisingly.
Exactly, a lot of blended comedy and drama, which really works well, and he's a great director. So
it's a fucking masterpiece. The rest of my films are all 5s, by the way.
Okay, so the rest of Hope's films, everyone, are all 5 stars. So
there was a 5 too.
Okay, now Corey, number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me is The Farewell.
Oh, first time mentioned. Yeah.
Shout out to my girl Aquafina.
She just won. Yep.
Yes, she did. Man, that was a very personable film. I loved it. I love stories like that. It has that element of someone dying, and just, man, it's shot in such a way. Like, where they have these long conversations and they let the whole scene carry out. You see the dynamics of the family. It's just a really interesting story. They need to make more films like that. The Farewell was great, and it's a foreign
Yep.
film, technically. So, yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty
Another
good.
one of Robbie's favorites there. Yep.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay, John, you're number 4.
Number 4 is The Lighthouse.
Hey, there's another one.
Robert Eggers, man, who's going to be doing Nosferatu in probably like 2, 3, or 4 years.
7 for
Oh,
the Lighthouse.
Basically, his take on the F.W. Murnau from the 1920s, Nosferatu, the vampire. But I can't wait to see like what he does with that, man, because what he did with this Lighthouse is it's a period piece, but it feels very like H.P. Lovecraft. Like if H.P. Lovecraft was adapted to screen pretty well. I think the Lighthouse does that pretty well with the kind of mythos of that type of stuff and everything. So
Yeah, I agree with you. And look, John, I definitely got to give you my theories on that at off air when we're just talking casually. Yeah, I've got some theories about that. Okay, CP, number 4 for you. Getting serious.
Number 4 is Marriage Story.
Okay, that's another one.
As somebody who's experienced some of that stuff, I laughed perhaps too much at some of that stuff, and some of it was pretty.
6 for Marriage Story. Yeah.
that's kind of like
hardcore.
I'm trying to avoid it, CP, because
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, there's
Is
stuff
it
where it's
10?
just like, yep, that's funny. People won't get that unless they've been through this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, Tim. I did count 4. I've got that. That's good. Okay, so number 4 for Trini, Peanut Butter Falcon. Looks to be a strong contender here. 8 for Peanut Butter Falcon.
Peanut
Real
butter.
Steel
Falcon time.
says 4. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's what?
1, 2,
Peanut
3.
Butter Falcon time.
Peanut butter
Yes.
Falcon time.
That's 6 for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Razorwire says Hellboy. I don't know whether to take you seriously.
No. Disavow.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing there. The Viz says Parasite, so we got a couple for Parasite coming up. Yep, that's 3 for Parasite now, and Blu-ray Man says Toy Story 4, so that's the 4th pick, I believe, for Toy Story 4. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, yeah. 4 there. Okay, so now we'll go to Scolders. Let's have a look. Number 4 for Scolder, Irishman. There you go. Love for the Irishman, finally. That's what he says. Tim's number 4 was Yesterday. So second time, I believe, because Trini mentioned that earlier. So 2 for Yesterday. Most of you guys saw it, all right?
No.
Yesterday,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, no.
No interest.
Okay, so number 4, we've pretty much said it all by now. Peanut Butter Falcon. Yeah,
Man.
said it all. I love the indie film. I think Shia LaBeouf really good in it. Really great time, and yeah, that's 9 picks for Peanut Butter Falcon. Yeah. Okay, so now we're getting top 3 territory. Brian, number 3.
Number 3, Uncut Gems.
Yep. Nice. 4 for Uncut Gems. Very good. Okay, Hoax,
My number 3 is also Uncut Gems.
Okay, 5. Here it comes. Making a late run. Yeah, I love it too, so great stuff. Corey, number 3 for you.
All right, number 3 is Us.
Yeah, well, it's had some picks. That's the fourth pick for us. Yep.
That's my baby, bro. I can watch that movie all the time.
Yeah,
Loved it.
I did get it recently on Blue, so I got to watch it again. Yep. John, you got the camera on now. He's serious. Number 3.
You gotta come on camera with fucking top 3 Hoax. You gotta come
Yep.
on camera.
Number 3.
We already
Serious
know this gonna
business.
fucking happen, but anyway, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's getting up there too. 7.
That like took my Tarantino grading of his films, and actually I moved that up a few spots in front of a couple other ones that I had before. So
Yep.
it's gonna be a
Nice.
classic.
I think so. CP, your number 3.
My number 3 is Knives Out.
Hey, nice.
Get that high up there, CP. Oh,
Yeah, you're
not many
low.
people. Hey, I had it in the top 8.
Yeah,
No,
hey.
look at John. John's got, you give it a what? A 1?
You gave it a 1, yeah.
We'll get into that after all of this stuff.
Yeah, we'll wrap things up then towards the end. But Knives Out, I enjoyed it as well. So I'm glad it got someone else has got loved it too. Okay, so now we got back to the chat. 3 for Trini, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So that's 8 for that. Making a bit of a run here. 8 for the Viz, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's 9. Number 3, Anna for Blu-ray Madness. Okay, surprising. Anna. Wow. I think that's the first time it's been mentioned.
Yeah.
Riddle, what's Peanut Butter Falcon for Riddle? Shit. So that's 10 for Peanut Butter Falcon.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it's a 2-horse race at this point. Viz for the win. Okay, everyone else is done there. Back to Scolders. Let's have a look. Scolders number 3 was Avengers Endgame. So, yep, mentioned again. This is 6.
Somebody had to say it, Razor Wire. That's all your comment.
Yep. Yeah, Captain Marvel. At this point, he's just he's got a nice list there. I don't know if it's best or worst, but yeah, he's playing along.
He's picking
number 3. There you go, CP. Number 3 from Tim, Knives Out. So the 3 of us. Yay. 3.
Wow.
Number 3 for me. Number 3 for me to equal the score. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm a big Tarantino fan, as most of you guys know by now. He's probably my favorite director of all time. I'm not saying this one was his best, but I had a lot of fun with it. A great homage to like 60s films in Hollywood. And I thought Brad Pitt was amazing in it. He just won supporting actor in the Golden Globes. Leo was great. It's a bit of a homage to spaghetti westerns as well, with the character. He's trying to like a Western actor. And I loved it, so I can't say much more about it. Everyone said it all. Great film, and always love my Tarantino movies. So number 3, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So that's 10 for that.
Four of us had that in the same spot. Me, you, Trini, and Viv.
And crazy, right? So it's 10. It's Peanut Butter and Once Upon a Time seems to be the 2. Let's see what happens here. Okay, guys, top 2. Brian, kick us off.
Number 2 for me is Alita Battle Angel.
Well, it's been mentioned. That's interesting. That's 3 peaks for Alita. Yep.
Robert Rodriguez is one of my favorite directors of all time.
Okay.
He's like right next to Tarantino, you know. Christoph Waltz does a great job in this, and Rosa Salazar does a great job as Alita too. And if you see her in the behind the scenes with like the bodysuit on and everything that she does for the film, is really sweet how they blended it together with pretty much seamless CGI, in my opinion. And then Jennifer Connelly's my bae. She's always in my bae.
You love. I know you love Jennifer Connelly. Yeah. Gotta love Jennifer.
I love Alita Battle Angel, and I think that it deserves a sequel, but I'm not sure if we're ever going to get it.
Yeah. They cliffhang that ending.
Yeah.
Okay, Hoax, you're number 2.
Lords of Chaos.
Yep. I thought it was coming. There's 6 for Lords of Chaos. Yep. Nice.
I'm kind of the opposite. A lot of people that like black metal hated it, and I loved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dark, twisted movie. I think we've said it all before, but great stuff. Corey,
dark.
You're number 2.
Number 2? Yeah, number 2 is going to be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Hey, that's taking the lead. 11. Yep.
Shout out Brad Pitt.
I think we've talked about it all, but it's a great film, and clearly all of us have got it around the same mark, so it's one of our best picks, it seems. Okay, John, number 2.
Number 2 is Parasite.
Yes. Okay. So getting a bit of love. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Parasite. Okay. Anything else to say, John? Just everything's been said?
No, everything's been said about it.
Okay. Yeah, great film. CP, you're number 2.
5 for Parasite.
Yep, 5.
Nice.
Anything to say?
Nah, me and that February 9th jump off. We got it all lined up.
What's up, man?
Yep. Good, great film, and as I said, for anyone in the chat who hasn't watched a lot of Korean films, that's one I highly recommend. I mean, I've seen a lot over the last couple of years, but that's definitely high up there. Park Chan-wook, Bo Jong-ho, which actually directed Parasite. All those directors are great. Kim Joo Lee is another one that I would recommend. Okay, now back to the chat again. So Joker for Trini, number 2. So another one for Joker. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 for Joker now. Lords of Chaos, Madness, Lords of Chaos. So that's 7 now, Lords of Chaos. Viz, number 2 is Uncut Gems. Okay. That's 6 for Uncut Gems. And Luke's now doing it. So Rise of Skywalker was number 9 for him. El Camino, Doctor Sleep, Knives Out, Joker. I'll put Joker in because some of these they might matter. You'll see the most popular. Up was up there. 3 Up. Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. He's got there 60. He says 63 Up. What's that?
Oh, is that that's from that television series? I didn't know.
Oh, okay. I never heard. That's the first time that's been mentioned. 3rd, The Favorite. So Corey, you got some love there. Favorite, number 2 picks there for the favorite. Marriage Story is another popular one. We've got now 7 for Marriage Story. That's his number 2. Okay, so he's along now. Joker for Riddle. He's number 2, so that's 7 now for Joker. Might be making a late play here. Came out okay. Parasite. Oh my what? Okay, so everyone's done in the chat. Okay, so now back to our boy Skolder. Number 2, Alita Battle Angel, Brian. There you go. That's 4 for Alita.
Cool.
Yep. So Skolder shares your opinion.
I still haven't seen that.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
No.
Okay, Tim's number 2 is Avengers Endgame. So that's now 7 picks for 7 choices for Avengers Endgame. Okay. It only leaves me. My number 2 is Uncut Gems. I'm a pretty big fan of the Safdie brothers, whatever. I really love Good Time, and I seem to if anyone knows me and some of my favorite movies, I really like when there's one main character in the film or it focuses on one main character, as this one does with Adam Sandler. I thought it was really good performance by him. In my opinion, he's best because I'm not a huge fan of his comedy, and I wasn't big on Punch Drunk Love, which seems to be quite a popular opinion. And yeah, I just like the style of the directing. The music score is great, and the high-paced. It's over a 2-hour movie, but it goes by really quickly. And yeah, I love Uncut Gems, and I look forward to rewatching it. I actually rewatched Good Time recently, and I love that. So I think I'm going to love a lot of the brothers' movies in the coming years. So yeah, that's my number 2, Uncut Gems.
The score's really fucking good too.
Yeah, I love the score of the brothers, because even Good Time, I watched that again a couple of days ago, as I said, and the score is amazing. So that's 6 for Uncut Gems.
You need to see Daddy Longlegs, their first movie.
I do, and I need to see Heaven Knows What.
Yeah,
that's
that's
another
great.
movie they did before Good Time. So, yep, love that. So, here we go, gentlemen. After 2 hours, just over 2 hours now, so we've done this pretty quickly, which is great. We get to our number 1 picks of 2019. So, let's see what happens here. Brian, your number 1 of 2019.
Just because we're in a certain order here, I'm going to beat him to the punch. Honey Boy.
Oh, wow. There he goes. First time, Honey Boy.
Yep.
Nice.
Shia LaBeouf knocked it out of the park here. I mean,
Yeah.
Lucas Hedges does a great job, and so does the little kid. I forget his name, but they both play his life really well. I don't know, just something hit me, man. That score is the shit too. It's a really good score the whole time. It's a tearjerker too. Second time this year, Shia LaBeouf just knocking it out of the park for me.
Yeah. And I know that's your style of movie too, Brian. I know you love those type of genres, so that doesn't really surprise me. Yeah, I need to watch that because I'm intrigued by it. Okay, Hoax, your number 1 for 2019.
Brian beat me to it, Honey Boy.
That's
Hey, both of you guys. Shit. Okay. You
I
guys.
tried fucking watching this shit.
Hoax
And the
number.
kid's name's Noah Jupe. I worked with him in Quiet Place 2. So I talked to him about the movie a little bit. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fucking emotional, man. It's all the
Yeah.
movies with just go with mental health and alcoholism, and it just gets to me. I don't know,
Mhm.
but that definitely the
I gotta
best
watch
movie
it.
for me.
I got a feeling that's probably just from what you're saying in the trailer. That could jump in my top 10.
Yeah,
Like if
it's
we,
fucking.
later on looking at this list, yeah, it could be high up there. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, Corey, now's your time. Your number one of 2019.
First, I want to be clear that I didn't get to see Parasite, Honey Boy, or Jojo Rabbit. A lot of really good films of 2019. So that's why
It's
my
all right.
list is a little different. But my number one is definitely Joker.
Yay.
Joker was
Good pick.
It's my favorite of the year. I mean, without a doubt.
Yep.
I've only seen it one time. I'm sure, like, once it comes out, I'm gonna buy it. It might be
Yep.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah,
completely honest.
I got it now. Yep.
Yeah.
It comes out.
I'll show you.
I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shocker.
No, it's
Yeah.
and he did win. We confirmed that earlier, didn't he? He won Best Actor earlier.
Yeah.
Golden Globes. Yeah. Joaquin. Yes. Happy about that. Okay.
That Oscar next.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's heading for an Oscar. Okay, John, your number one of 2019.
Following along in the footsteps of Corey and the Viz, Joker is my number one of the year.
Here it comes.
I could say a lot about this movie, but it really resonates with me a lot because the whole mental health aspect and it's if nothing else, it's way more than just a villain story and the emergence of a superhero, you could say, but it's a character study in just an everyday man as well. I wrote a thing on Letterboxd for it, and actually Crush, who's getting the Steelbook, he had me do a rap over a beat.
Wow.
We should be dropping that real soon. So
There you have it, folks.
Yeah.
AKA Crush. Check out his channel. He's going to be doing a very special unboxing of Joker, and across the track will be John, very own John Steele music.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Okay, CP, your number one.
Technically it's not a 2019 release, but I wasn't able to watch it until 2019. But
Okay.
it's One Cut of the Dead.
Okay.
Which another movie that, if you're a film fan, it's such a weird movie. Like, if you don't watch the entire thing, you're not experiencing the entire thing. As bizarre as that is to sound, but if you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. The first third is kind of weird, but when you get there, it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
I ordered the UK
Be buying
Blu-ray
it.
of that. So.
Let's go scroll up a
See,
bit so I
yeah.
don't miss. Okay.
Have you not seen it?
No,
No, not
I
yet.
haven't seen it. No. So you can't say much then.
Yeah. Just stick with it, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Okay.
I've been hearing a lot about it, but I just haven't gotten to it.
Now the excitement in the chat before we get to me. Okay, so Trini's number one is Parasite.
Mm.
So, yep, very popular. It's 6 now for Parasite. So, yeah, great for. I think it's certainly going to be a cert for the foreign film of the year. Razor Wire, I think he's being serious now, is the Avengers Endgame. So, I think that's the seriousness of him coming out now. That's 8 for Avengers. Finishes at 8. As John just mentioned, the Viz is on the Joker train. That's 10 for Joker. Riddle is Avengers as well. That's 9. Made a bit of a late. It still need the Honey Boy. Okay, one cut. Ben Grimm said one cut in my top 3.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your letterbox name? Who are you talking about there, Ben? Mine? I'll just post it in, and then we'll get to Scolders and Tim's and mine. I think there it is. Okay, so Scolders number 1 is John Wick. He must love his action movies. Yep, John Wick. That's, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But in Blu-ray Madness, just follow Jason's and you'll be able to find mine, man.
Yeah. That's 8 for John Wick in the end, actually. So John Wick was pretty popular. That's Scolders. Now we go to our Tim. Tim's number one was The Irishman. I know how much he loved it because we've talked a lot about it on the private streams. I know people like myself, and I think Corey could say with me here, I was a little bit disappointed. Sorry to say, kind of the pacing a little bit. And I love Scorsese. I mean, I love a lot of his films, and I just prefer a lot of those others than this one. But that's Tim's number one. That's The Irishman. So that's 3 for The Irishman.
Jace, you missed Madison's number one.
Oh, did I? I'm gonna get it now. What is his number one? Oh, he did The Irishman as well. Okay, so good timing. Irishman for Blu-ray Madness as well. So I guess, yeah, probably I expected that to get a bit more notice tonight, but Irishman ended up with 4. So, yeah, Netflix film. Okay, guys, now the waiting's over for me. My number one, it's pretty obvious. Got to follow with John and the Viz and Corey. It is Joker. Yeah, I had sort of chills when I watched it in cinema. It's probably my favorite cinema experience of last year. I'm a big fan of Joaquin, and I was amazed by his performance. Like, as John said, deals with like mental health, and I kind of in that field myself a bit like John, so I kind of know a bit about that. And yeah, just for a comic book movie and an origin story, as I think Hoax alluded to earlier, yeah, just amazing. I just had that chills just didn't know what was going to happen. Like, every scene was kind of awkward, but at the same time, you just got to keep going on to see what was going to happen next. So I know they're going to make a sequel. I think that's confirmed. Don't know if I really want that, but I kind of do because I want to see more of what Joaquin does with this character. So yeah, there's my number one, guys. That's Joker. So
fucking Robbie the whole time, man.
And Robbie comes in right at the end. Number one, out and about 2. So
we'll do a full
okay. We basically have a tie here, guys, because I've calculated all the movies that we talked about over the last 2 hours, and we have a tie. So for 11 votes. Oh. No, we didn't get Star Wars. 11 votes. We had Joker, and we also had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So that was our popular opinion. Those 2 movies.
Joker should be the tiebreaker because a lot of people had it number 1.
Exactly. Joker probably is our most popular movie because we had 4 of us at least at number 1. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and then also number 11, as I said, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, very popular, and number 10, Peanut Butter Falcon. So 10 votes there for Peanut Butter Falcon. So pretty close. So those 3 films seem to be our most popular picks. Obviously, Brightburn, I think, had 8 picks. Avengers had
Brightburn's
9.
Pretty popular too.
Yep. Just checking here. What do we got? Parasite had 6. I got a feeling there could be a few more people see it. Avengers had 9. That was pretty popular at the end. Jojo Rabbit had 6. Yeah, so that pretty much sums that part of it up. So Joker, number 1 for most of us here. So yeah, great time. Mm-hmm. So anyone want to mention anything else as far as like that could have made their list or any sort of honorable mentions? You can go ahead. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything else that should be worth mentioning? Or didn't get actually talked about at all? Go ahead. I'm just trying to see if anything that wasn't mentioned. Like a lot of movies, like I think we all got mentioned, but one that didn't get mentioned that I really enjoyed was Teen Spirit. Probably in the same vein as like A Star Is Born. It's got Ellie Fanning in it. I really enjoyed it because the music was my kind of style. So I had that at 22 actually. So just missing the top 20.
Did you see Wild Rose?
No, I didn't. I don't think that was mentioned at all.
A country singer who lives in, I think, Scotland. She sings like country western music, but she's
really
from the UK. Yeah, it's really interesting. Talk about Stars Born.
So that was because that's what Teen Spirit kind of was in the vein of.
30-something for me.
I really enjoyed another movie that didn't get mentioned, which was 24 for me, was Villains. I know Brian saw it, and it's just a fun movie. Nothing to be taken seriously about.
I see that.
Dark comedy in a way. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. It's got the chick from...
right?
Yeah, It
Yeah.
Follows, The Guest, and Hot Summer's Night. So that was high up there for me. I'm trying to see.
I think
Brian?
Ma was a pretty good one.
Yep, I think we only got one mention of Ma. So yep, Ma got mentioned.
And meh.
What about Crawl? I liked Crawl a lot too.
Yeah, we had one for Crawl. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was Killer Count earlier. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Bliss just barely
and,
made my list.
Yeah.
Not the movie as a whole, but Dennis Quaid's performance in The Intruder was pretty good.
Okay.
Mm.
Extremely Wicked. I did
Unicorn
have.
Store?
Which one? Sorry.
Unicorn Store?
What was that? I didn't see that.
The Brie Larson spectacle.
Yeah, Brie Larson, directed by Brie Larson. Starring
Sam
Brie
Jackson.
Larson. And Samuel
Oh,
Jackson.
that movie. I remember that. That came out early in the year. That's right.
The movie feels like
Plane mode.
that's my tippy bottom. My very, very, very bottom of the year.
Another fucked up movie that I watched a couple weeks ago is Rabid. That was a good one.
Yep, that did get, I think, a mention, 1 or 2 votes for that one. Yep.
I
really?
liked Rabbit, but it wasn't my favorite of the year.
Yeah. I know Hoax and me talked about it. Not hugely high on my list, but I quite enjoyed it. Velvet Buzzsaw, Dan Gilroy,
Yep.
dude that did Nightcrawler. That was kind of in the 30s for me as far as my list. So
Yeah, same for me. That was like 35.
Yep, 33 for me. So very similar there. I actually had the movie Netflix film The Dirt, which was based on wasn't it Motley Crue? Yep, that was 27 for me. So I enjoyed that, kind of gritty and bit more
Can we
raw
calm
than
down
Bohemian
with
Rhapsody.
biopics, please? No more
Yeah,
biopics.
exactly.
Everybody slow down. Let's slow down with the biopics.
One that didn't get mentioned at all, and it was pretty good, was Arctic. Another one with Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no one brought that up at all. I didn't see that one.
We both saw that one, Jace. Remember?
Yeah, Yui saw that. Trini saw that. I think he enjoyed it. I think Robbie liked it as well. So I know he likes those survival type films.
He likes the cold, huh? Arctic and polar and shit.
Yeah. One that I don't think anyone brought up was The Perfection. I really like that too.
Yeah, I had that in my list. A bit lower down, but I didn't hate the film. There's another Netflix kind of horror psychological.
It was a weird one.
Yeah, it was. I had that. So yeah, everything else in my kind of list has basically been mentioned. I mean, I had Climax pretty high at 29. Hoax mentioned that. Booksmart was up there.
Everybody mentioned, man.
Which one, John? Go ahead.
One's called Vault with Theo Rossi, Chaz Palminteri's in it. It's about basically the mafia in Rhode Island in the 1970s. Some real shit that happened. Kind of Trini hit me up to that, and the other one was Down. It was kind of like a thriller movie with like these two people that worked in an office building. And they get trapped in an elevator, and there's like this weird like thing between them, and like you don't know if the guy's gonna really do something to her or not. But it's like a real tension builder type of thriller kind of horror movie type of thing. So those two.
And there was a PG movie that was a dog movie that I liked a lot. The Art of Racing in the Rain. That was solid.
Yeah, I still gotta watch that.
Kind of a tearjerker too.
Who's jerking what?
You're jerking something.
The Mr. Rogers movie, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yeah. No one brought that one up. I did have at 31. I did have the Ted Bundy movie with. I quite enjoyed that, but I thought it could have been better. Yeah.
Little Joe was another one. I don't think anyone else seen but me. It was weird. It's like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers kind of movie.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
cool.
What about the worst of the year? What's everybody's worst movie?
Oh yeah, we'll do that before we wrap things up live. Anyway, we'll do a couple of worst of the year for everyone. So I'll go around again and just say what your worst. So Brian, what was maybe 1 or 2 of your worst of the year?
The worst one that I've seen this year was Men in Black International.
Okay. Yep.
Total pile of shit.
Yeah.
You want me to name off a couple or just one?
Yeah, just name 2 or 3, whatever. Yeah.
47 Meters Down Uncaged.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
of
that
course,
looked
Black,
crap.
Black Christmas is really awful.
Black Christmas. Okay, hoax. Any worst? Couple of worst. Yeah.
I don't even know if you can count it a movie. Clownado. Candy Corn was fucking probably the worst edited movie I've seen this year.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see that shit.
The Benchwarmers too. Stay away from
Yeah.
that shit. I'm trying to think what else. There was a movie called Trick, which it had a cool concept, but just it was fucking very badly paced.
Hmm?
I don't think anyone's even seen it.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Tim says LaQuisha was his worst.
Yeah.
The
Airplane
Viz.
mode. Loquisha. Unplanned.
Oh,
Pet
I got another one
graveyard.
for you. Granddaddy Daycare.
Oh, Granddaddy
Oh my
Daycare.
god.
What a fucking findings, man.
Yeah. Black Ben Grimm said Black Christmas, Blu-ray Madness. I just missed what he said. IO was my worst film. Viz says 47 meters down, uncaged.
Yeah, there was a lot that I just stayed away from.
Fanatic, Riddle Still, Out and About 2 there.
Do we
Yeah,
count
Candy
this
Corn.
as a release? Does this count as a film?
I don't know. I'm still waiting to see it.
I don't count this
That was
as a
me.
film, even though it was released in 2019.
Blu-ray Madness
It's
says
a
Wounds.
vlog on a burned a Blu-ray disc.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Hoax. Viz says Beach Bum.
Not even feature length either.
Well, John said that too, but
Yeah,
I
John would
enjoyed
probably
it,
say
man.
that. How about you, Corey? Any worst of the year before we wrap up here?
Sure. How high too?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
You guys pretty much said it. I mean, LaQuisha was unwatchable. to be
Yeah,
honest.
I have no interest in LaQuisha.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
And yeah, Clownado. You said that too.
Yep.
Really,
We've-
I mean,
think
I
we've said
like
a lot
it
of.
enough. I like
You
it
know
because
what's probably
it's,
I haven't watched it, but they made a sequel to Undercover Brother for some reason,
Oh,
Mhm.
oh god, I saw that too, and no,
and they got fucking
Okay.
Bulletproof too.
Yeah, Bulletproof too. Oh my god.
Yep.
well, they made a sequel to Deuce Bigelow, so why not?
Mm.
That was funnier
Yeah,
than
but
that.
Deuce Bigelow too. It had some funny parts in it.
Yeah.
That's a huge bitch.
John, any of your
Okay.
worst?
I haven't seen dog shit movies like LaQuisha and what was the other one you guys mentioned already? And shit.
Airplane mode. Airplane mode.
Okay,
Black
we'll take
Christmas.
care.
Pet
I
graveyard.
think I heard enough from CP and somebody else talking about LaQuisha for me not to see it. So and then
It's free.
Airplane Mode, I heard somebody shitting on that. So I was like, yeah, not even gonna bother with it. But my fucking bottoms are gonna surprise the fuck out of people because some of y'all had this shit in your top 20, which was Knives Out.
Yep. Wow.
Beach Bum,
Mhm.
Mass Samar, Avengers Endgame,
Man
Wow.
game.
Spider-Man. What was it? Spider-Man. The
Far From Home.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
Far From Home.
Yeah.
and
Far From
and
Home.
fucking Disney's version of Star Wars. Those are my bottom for the year. Yeah. Y'all can say I'm crazy, but guess what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
hmm
There it is, John. Well, you got to. Everyone's got their own opinion. Then Trini just wanted to give some of the ones that missed his top 20. Actually, he says Harriet, which didn't get mentioned at all. Satanic Panic, another one that didn't get mentioned at all. Deadwood, the movie, again no mention. Blue Story, Black and Blue, and The Vault, which did get mentioned. I think by one of you guys.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, you. Yeah. Viz, I got the hook up too. Yeah, some of my worst movies, a lot of them on Netflix. This one, I don't think, this one might not have been on Netflix. It's High Flying Bird. It was directed by Steven Soderbergh. Just really boring. It's all about like NBA agents, and I usually enjoy that sort of stuff because I love sport, but this was just so boring and uninteresting. Another one from Netflix, The Last Summer. Yeah, very average.
Was
Just
that a coming of age movie?
Yeah, kind of just like teenagers doing shit in their last summer. Yeah, kind of crap. I know Hoax this didn't get mentioned at all tonight, but me and Trini didn't like this one, High Life with Robert
Yeah,
Pattinson.
I liked it, but it's not. It was like 31
Yeah,
for me.
I wasn't big on High Life at all.
Yeah.
Another one called Maria, which was again kind of like an assassin, John Wick kind of style, just a rip off of John Wick, really. Perfect Date was another one, very similar to like last summer,
April
just more
13th.
Netflix stuff. So yeah, not fun, not fun. And Blu-ray Menace agrees with me. High Fly was boring. 6 a.m. Well worth staying up for a great stream. Thanks for that, man. I'm glad you stayed up, even though it's 6 a.m. for you. We're probably gonna like close it off here as far as the live stream. Thanks.
What would you guys say is your favorite release of the year for Blu-ray?
Oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that first. Favorite movie, Blu-ray or 4K release?
I
Is
was
that what you're
there.
saying, Hoax?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that before we sign off here. I mean, I got Django this year. I love that. Corey. I must admit, like the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood set, which you can kind of see in my frame. Love that.
I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it behind me. Yeah.
I'm watching
Anyone else?
Smart, by the way.
Oh, you're watching Booksmart? Yeah.
Spookies is probably the release of the year, man.
What the fuck, yo?
Astronauts?
Yeah. 89 Batman for Viz. I know how much he likes Batman.
Oh, I want to see that 4K.
Trini laughs at Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I agree with you, man. This Apocalypse Now, the 4K, especially the price of it, and then the set itself looks great.
That was a great deal for $10.
The fly box set's pretty sweet too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Candyman.
The Angel set.
I'm drawing a blank.
John, do you got something to say or add?
I mean, Once Upon a Time in America, I didn't get the fucking ultimate shit.
Hollywood,
like that shit looked real.
I think as we said throughout the stream, like Lords of Chaos, really nice Arrow.
The Arrow
edition.
release, yeah.
Yeah, the Arrow video
Not
release.
the US
Got to
release.
mention
Stay away from
that.
that.
A lot of good westerns have come out on Eureka Masters Cinema. Like High Noon was a nice set. Santana, of course, on Arrow Video. So just promoting westerns.
Scarface on 4K.
Yeah, I've got that behind me. You can probably see it, the set there and the little toy.
And Casino on 4K, two really good looking movies.
Yep, but there it is, the
Yep.
4K Steelbook from Best Buy.
I'll say the Peanut Butter Solution, too. They're finally getting the Blu-ray.
What's with peanut butter this year? Everything about peanut butter.
Yep.
The year of the butter.
Yeah, it was. And I guess
Better start churning.
I like the look of this as well. So yeah. So even though that came out this year, so the Shining 4K Viz, yeah, I agree. It's a nice. I got that as well. It's a nice one. He also says the RoboCop Arrow hardbox set. Yes, any RoboCop fans would love that. Yep. Trini mentions the All Boy set, the Vengeance trilogy sets on Arrow Video. Very nice.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched the other two movies. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Really nice.
Once Upon a Time in the West.
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, that's getting another release, but yeah.
It is, isn't it, Jace?
Yeah. I know for a few dollars more.
The Ride Along 2 Mondo poster.
Oh God.
For a few dollars more, finally came out on Kino last year. I was happy about that. Being my favorite Western, nice restoration on that.
Jace, one quick thing. We're gonna end up moving this over to Hangouts.
Yeah, we are. So for guys who want to join us, we're going to move this over to Hangouts where we can just chill out a bit because I just wanted to make this nice and tight. We're just about 2.5 hour mark, which I thought is pretty good to get through all this. I think we did really nicely. I just want to say thanks to everyone in the chat, first of all, sharing your thoughts. We had a lot of people here. Madness, Trini, our boy Skolder, the Viz, White Tim, Ben Grimm, Real Steel. Who else was here? We had the Killer Count TV here earlier. Robbie dropped for one comment. So,
of course.
We had Luke here earlier, who Razor Wire Reviews. Check him out. UXSX only. I think that's from Corey Streams, and John knows him as well. Yeah, let's see. I think there's probably more earlier on who stayed, but 4K Cinema HD as well. So yeah, thanks to everyone that joined. Really appreciate it. Thanks to you, Brian, for coming on. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
You, Hoax, who's on mute at the moment. Yep. Brian, do you want to say anything about your channel or whatever you do? Letterbox.
No, I mean, I have a channel, but I just post very rarely. So
yeah,
you want to
you can.
Brian Goes Blue.
Yeah, Brian Goes Blue. Is that the same on Letterbox as well? If you want people to follow, same on Letterbox. And Brian Goes Blue. Everyone who watches this back later, because I do have some friends of mine that watch these streams later on who live here. So Brian Goes Blue on Letterbox. Hoax, he's on mute. Maybe he'll come back on because I know he has a Letterbox account. I think it's Me Without You actually on Letterbox.
Without You, like the band.
So follow this band if you like all different types of movies. You back on, Hoax?
Yeah, Me Without You. And you could sub to my channel here. Who knows? There's a short film on there now if you really want to.
There's
some
a
shit
short
coming
film
in the works.
out there. There's shit coming in the works. Even me and Hoax have got something maybe. Who knows what we're going to do on there. But follow him on Letterboxd because this is a man that watches very different films compared to the rest of us. Yeah. Like, if you're into...
Keep my list a little... I tried to keep my list a little normal this year.
Yep. So follow him. Corey, thanks for coming, man. I know you're probably a bit more serious on the YouTube game as far as most of us here apart from CP. But yeah, thanks for joining, man. That's Need Gore for everyone who wants to follow you. I'm sure most people here in the chat have. Appreciate you coming on, dude, and promoting the stream actually on your channel before we started. Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me on here and stuff, man. It's always a good time hanging out.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It's kind of been like an annual thing that, me and John have done over the last 3 or 4 years now. We've had a couple of Robbie, who wasn't, I think he was here for a bit, Adam as well. But yeah, we've done this the last couple of years and we hope to continue it in the coming years as well. So yeah, thanks for that. John, as always, partner in crime usually on these things. Yep, people follow John on Instagram, he's got a different account on Instagram, but follow him on Letterboxd. If you follow me, you'll probably be able to see John on there. Does a lot of stuff on Instagram as well. Yep, he's just brought out a book, so people who know all about that, buy it on Amazon. It's only $7 on Amazon. Buy it if you're into, rap and hip hop. There it is, guys.
Jace will put a link in the description to buy it.
Yeah, I'll put a link to John's book in the description when I tidy all this up. But yeah, there it is. The man himself.
Yep.
So appreciate you coming on, John. Hope you had a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Good list. And then we come on, to CP. Thanks again for joining. He's probably one of the more serious people, for YouTube as far as the most of us. He's doing his channel still, and I'm sure everyone here follows him, so we don't really need
late horror show, if you're not familiar.
But appreciate CP. I hope you enjoyed your time here.
Absolutely.
And
it was a pleasure.
Yeah. No, always, man. Probably I hope to do another collab with you on your channel because I had fun with the Western stream. So I hope to do some more collabs with you in 2020. And that pretty much wraps it up, guys. So we'll see you. If some of you guys want to join the Hangout, I'll get you over there. And that'll do it, guys. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Mahalo. Mahalo.